Hey, I'm your host, Anthony Tank Mansfield, and with me today is...
Lucrecer.
Kleo.
Jazz.
And this is What You Into.
What you into? What you into?
I disagree, but we're not really going to be serious. I mean, it will be serious, but Jazz, you're already fucking killing me over here.
Yes, she messed it up already.
Yeah, she
Before we even started.
Oh, shit. Well, look, welcome you all into the basement. A couple returning guests on the show. Lucrecia's back on the show. Jazz is back on the show. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Hey.
And first time Kleo coming in. And Kleo, this whole podcast exists because of you, because you and I went out on our bar crawl together, and I was like, hey, do you want to come on the show sometime? You're like, sure. And I'm like, what are you into? And you're like, black women hair. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, fuck it, let's book it. And so we did. And so we're here. So, and
I love this.
yeah, this is, and so then after that, I was like, well, I'm like, I know Jazz likes to cut hair and has had a bunch of different hairstyles. And then same thing with you, Lucrecia. I've seen you with different hairstyles throughout the year and also dyeing it. I'm like, okay, let's gonna get like 3 people in a room to have this conversation. And this is one of the ones where, big shock listener, I don't know a lot about this. So this
You
is...
ain't got hair.
Yeah, I do. I got no hair. I got none.
Baldy.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm asking questions because like I just don't fucking know, and this is a whole new world to get into. So listener, before we do that, let's hit social media real quick. So you can find Lucrecia on Instagram and Threads. It's Lucrecer is her. You can also find Kleo over there on Instagram at Kleeoo. And then how many underscores do you have in this
I
thing?
actually don't know. Maybe like 2.
It's a mystery.
2 or 3. It'll pop up.
Yeah, I'll tag you. And then Jazz, you can find Jazz at Jazz_Hub135. And you can also find me on Instagram at Neil to No One. Has anybody converted over to Threads yet? Did anybody start using it yet?
Yeah, I've been on it.
Negative.
What's it like?
It's like old school Twitter.
Oh, I like.
It's like when people really had conversations, you really talk to each other.
Like
you see,
2007 Twitter.
listen, yeah.
Ooh. Like that.
This is back when people would, now hashtags don't work right now on Threads, but I remember there being like a wind down on Fridays, and people would pop in like 9 p.m. Eastern, and it would start off, these ladies would host it, and it would go until the last person dropped off because they were too drunk.
Damn.
So
Sounds like my kinda
it would be
party.
drunk Twitter at one, yeah.
Drunk Twitter.
It would, listen, this
there.
would get wild. You got people say, what you drinking?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like old school Twitter right now. And you've also got you've got people on there trying to give soliloquies, trying to give dissertations. And it's like, take that crap somewhere else. We just on here trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But I like it from feeling like I'm able to just have some conversations and stuff right now, but it's shiny and new, so I've had to set some boundaries. Otherwise, you can just catch yourself sitting on there, just scrolling through,
You ain't got a
trying to
limit?
engage. Oh no, you don't
Twitter.
have a limit.
You don't have a limit?
No.
How many threads you can read?
No,
Whatever
no,
y'all
you
call
can
them.
read like threads forever. That's what they want you to do.
Right.
Right. I keep wondering like when Elon is going to crater Twitter at this point, because every decision he's made in the past like year to 18 months seems to be the wrong one.
Bad.
And I don't understand what he's doing at this point with it, because what he's doing is not making money and it's costing him money.
I feel like he wanted to tank it.
Yeah.
That it made me
Like
feel
from the beginning.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
literally.
he bought it. He knew that he knew it wasn't going to make any money.
Right.
For him, he spent an absorbent amount of money. What did he spend? Like 17 billion.
It was like 42 billion. or
Yeah,
something.
it's like
that
in the
much?
40s.
It was
So
something
something
nuts.
stupid.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like 44.
And
something high.
I just think it's funny how Jack, the original @Jack, is on there still having conversations with this man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, you do have all his money, so
Right.
what
I
you
would
gonna
be
do?
too.
What you gonna do? But this is what happened when you let a man baby buy a business,
Facts.
and he has no business sense because he inherited all his money.
Indeed, yeah.
That's what happens.
I think that's one of the weird things with Musk is like there was this narrative that painted of Musk as he was like this great inventor, and it's like, no, you're just a dude with money, and you just buy things and put your name on it, and then you go out and talk about it. And I'm with you on the, like, there has definitely been some ideas with Twitter where it's like, must buy this to kill this as a way to take it away from regular people, because it's a way where, like, if you want to use it, you can't use it to, like, organize, like, hey, there's a protest going on, you can come here and you can be at this spot, or hey, here's some information, let me give this to you, and you can disseminate information to each other. And so if you're a rich person who doesn't want a collective of people coming together, one of the best ways to kill that is by killing a major communication hub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I absolutely agree with that. And me being on Twitter, I get on Twitter every day, and a lot of the things that I'm seeing is definitely different from what I've interacted with. And I know that the algorithm is not feeding me things that I'm interested in. It's feeding almost his
vision.
Yeah, and I can definitely tell.
That's weird.
You know,
It's
he
scary.
elevated himself so that his tweets show up first.
I know, and
in
I
your
swear I
feeds.
blocked him, and his
Small dick
tweets still
energy.
come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a Twitter when I joined CRG because they were like, "Hey, we need social media. You got to do the social media thing." And I think I like made it and logged in, and I have never logged into Twitter since. Like, I
Oh,
do
wow.
not fuck with Twitter. I don't know. Never have. I'm like, people were on Twitter way back in the day when like MySpace was a thing and like Facebook was beginning. And I'm just like, I don't really care. I read about Black Twitter and I follow that on Instagram. So I'd be
Listen,
late to the
Black
game.
Twitter threads
but
is
that's
hilarious.
fine. I'm like, I don't want
Yeah.
any
Twitter's
more.
pretty-
I don't want any
Yeah.
more social media. So that's why I'm like, threads. Like,
true.
I don't have that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. But
You're not really
I'm like,
missing anything.
I'm occupied. Like, this fucking social media occupies enough of my time. Like, I don't need anything more to scroll on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I fall into that as well. Like I tried, and I've tried to like not get on TikTok for that same reason, because that's a total rabbit hole.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
like,
Straight up.
and they
Yeah.
dial that algorithm in so that like you're just getting this morphine drip of every 15 seconds something you're into, and then
Yes.
just swipe and keep going and keep going and keep going. And yeah, I like Instagram is definitely the thing that I'm at that I use the most as an artist. It makes sense for me, but I'm trying to stay away from Twitter, and I don't know if I will use Threads or not. It just depends on what they do with it. But man, sometimes like I you know, there's some people I don't want to hear their opinions. It's rage bait and people yelling at each other, and I'm just like, I like Instagram because it's pictures. Now it's videos more, but I still like something where I'm just like, okay, I don't have to hear somebody give their dumb opinion about something. I can just go and look at
Right.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Unless the picture is their dumb opinion about something.
That's how they trick you. That's how they
I've
get
gotten
you.
The
that
beauty
too
of the mute and the block.
The unfollow.
Man.
And the
I don't even
unfollow.
mute faces
Easily.
anymore. I'm like, if I want to mute you, I'm just unfollowing you. Like, we're not gonna keep you. We're just gonna do it.
Unless you're being spiteful. Now, I do
Yeah.
have people that I have muted, but I'm still letting you see what I'm doing because I want you to see this glow up.
They probably listening
Hey.
right now too.
Oh,
They're gonna see your
yeah.
post. They're gonna listen to this.
Oh, yes.
Hey, muted
And I know you
followers.
watching because I can see you watching. Or you watching through your girlfriend,
Ooh,
but I see you watching.
ooh, you're getting some tea now.
Oh, yes.
What about do you so one of the things that I think about with it too is like do you ever meet somebody in real life that you like them in real life but you don't like their online persona? Like, do you feel
Yes.
like they're a different
Yes.
person online?
Yes.
I've known 2 or 3 people I can think of off the top of my head where I'm like, I really like you as a person when we talk, but man, you're just toxic online, and I can't follow you, like,
Yeah.
because you're always saying something wild, or you're always doing something where it's just like you're pissed off at everything, you're never happy, like everything's doom and gloom.
Yep.
And I'm like, but when I talk to you, this is not the same person. So it's weird to see like the digital footprint that people manscape of themselves, and like what they make themselves online versus who they are as a real person.
Straight up.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of people that are like that. They're cool in person. Everything is fine. They get online and I'm like, who the hell is this?
Right.
Clout.
Which part is the front though? The real life?
I
I
think
around you?
I think all of it
Are
is
you
a front.
adhering to your surroundings, your environment, or what are you doing online? Are you doing
Sometimes
that?
I think it's a lot of
Yeah.
what you see online is who they are.
Yeah,
I believe.
exactly. I think that's the truth.
believe you when you show me who you are.
I do think that's the truth, and I do think people do shit for clout, but I think that's who they are. Like,
Yeah.
what they do is who you are.
and attention.
So, yeah,
Attention,
that's it.
seriously. Doing dumb
get
stuff, killing themselves.
Yeah, that's just silly.
Yeah. And there is that thing too where it's like, how much do you show of your true self on social media? Because it's like, well, on one hand, if I do show myself in a state of weakness, there's people that are going to use that against me, or it's like if I do this constantly, it becomes like the boy who cried wolf, where it's like, oh, he's just always sad. But then on the other hand, it's like, do I have this thing where like I'm always happy, or I'm only showing my victories and I live this perfect life? Because we all know that's not true.
That's what I see a
Right,
lot
yeah.
of, like, oh, sunshine and butterflies and rainbows. And it's like, nobody's life is that. I just take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, I know this. None of this shit's real. None of this shit matters. Like, it's not real. You create whoever you want to be online, and that's how you use your platform. That is what it is.
It's curated. You
Yeah.
really got to go into social media understanding people are showing you the best of themselves. And even if they're showing you the worst of themselves, that is curated. They are doing that to get a response. It's all a built persona. So people are always selling you some aspect of them. And if they're not, then you wouldn't go and save some of these lives that I've seen people do. Or if you just, it's like, why are you going live and putting all your family business out there?
Right.
Why do we
Oh,
need to
my
know
God.
this?
Yeah.
Too much.
The Kiki Palmer thing.
Listen, her baby daddy, that's Kiki's baby
got a
daddy, because
pocket.
we don't know his name and we're not acknowledging
Right.
his name.
That's it.
Oh,
Kiki baby daddy. How you gonna sit up there and put all of those videos and pictures of her and look at what my son did to her body, and then as soon
And
as
she
she's
half
singing,
naked
she's
and
sitting
all of
at a
that.
concert with her girlfriends, with Usher, and you mad talking about you're a mother. But what I love
'Cause
about
he ain't
Kiki
there.
is that Kiki went and had a T-shirt created and something else too, because Kiki gonna sit up there and capitalize off of some foolishness.
And her
It's like,
response, her post was like, I wish I would have taken more pictures. Like, yeah,
yes,
me too.
It's
Me
like,
too.
boy, we know that you don't pay no bills.
Your
We
word.
know you don't do nothing, and we all know you as Kiki baby daddy. And if Black Twitter can get you to shut your whole account
Delete.
down, then you know you
Bro.
ain't about nothing.
Wait, hold on. Black Twitter got this dude to delete his entire.
Oh, Black Twitter dragged him.
Yeah.
You
Dragged.
gonna sit up there and put a post and be like, you're a mother.
You shouldn't be dressed
Yeah.
like
You shouldn't be dressed like that.
Right.
Her booty out. And it was like, people were like, wait a minute.
What?
Let us go pull up some racist posts that you put up. And let us go also tell people
Canceled.
this.
Yeah.
And let some other people say, what is his name? Does he have a name?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Kiki
He's
baby
Kiki
daddy.
baby daddy.
That's it. He don't have a name. No. It's
When you
irrelevant.
are reduced down to being somebody's baby daddy, you have hit the low of lows.
Listener, that's the takeaway from this conversation. If you don't have a name, you're just a baby daddy. Then what are you gonna do?
nothing.
Delete your Twitter. That's what you're going to do. You're going
Right,
to delete
you
your
gonna
Twitter.
hide. You're going to go in a hole.
Well, like I said, returning two of you returning to the show, and then Kleo, this is your first time on. Lucrecia, last time we talked, we were talking plants. How are they doing?
They're still alive. I have less of them.
Ooh, how did this happen?
Because I realized that I bought a lot of them during the pandemic, and it was fun to buy plants. There weren't that many places that were open. So you go to a grocery store, they need to get rid of plants. I'm going to buy them as long as they're good. But I just don't have quite as many. And I have what I like now and what works well in my space. And I was planning to move last year, and I'm hoping to do that this year.
Nice.
So I have a vision for where these plants will go at some point. But right now, I'm still loving them. But it's evolving what they do for me.
It's interesting to hear you make that turn from quantity collector to quality collector. Where like
Yes.
you realized you're like, ooh, the collection has gotten out of control, and now I need to pull in. But what do I get rid of, and what do I keep? And that's definitely signs of like drilling down in a collection. When you get to that point where
Yes.
you're like, okay, I got all these, but these are not bringing me happiness, but this does still bring me happiness. So yeah, interesting part in your collection journey.
Yeah, and it's been a good evolution in the collection, and realizing that it is a collection, and also that those are still living things. And when I started really culling down the collection, and I had my first group of pests, and about lost my damn mind. Literally was on a rampage in the house. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck is a fucking aphid? How you kill them motherfuckers? I'm sitting up here sprinkling cinnamon and shooting stuff with alcohol and water and everything, and then threatening the rest of the plants. And it literally was me standing in the room, and my kids just looked at me like, what is wrong with you? I was like, which one of you other bitches want to die?
Crazy plant
Huh?
lady, right?
Who else want to die? Anybody else got some pest? What? You want to die? I give you good pots. I give you good light. And this what you going to do for me? You going to die? Fine. I said, I'll throw all your asses outside. All of you. And that's sometimes what you got to do. So we have better relationships, not toxic anymore.
Good.
It's good.
Nice. Glad to
good.
hear everything's starting to simmer down and
yeah.
the death threats are working.
They learned. They learned.
Plants learned.
Peace and Lou's house over here. Damn.
It is. It's beautifully peaceful now. No pests. The plant, I don't get mad anymore. I just throw them out.
Last time we talked, were you collecting snake plants? Was that your main plant at the time?
Yes. And I still do. I have one big one now.
Okay.
So I combine 2 small ones into a big one. So he's very showy. Mm-hmm. It's very sexy. But I gave away a lot of that stuff at the last plant swap I had.
Nice.
And it was just time.
Yeah.
It was just time. And I knew that they weren't really growing where I had them sitting. And I said, let somebody else have these plants and do what we got to do. So I got one big one now. And I'm perfectly fine with it. We're good.
Perfect.
I love it.
Jazz, this is kind of a good springboard here because this is show number 3 for you. Welcome to Dale Earnhardt Club.
Woo.
Your mustache and intimidator sunglasses are in the mail. So we talked in the past too about you making transitions and changes from like roller derby. We had the podcast where you came on where you were trying different things, got into rock climbing for a minute, and then so kind of where you at right now. Like, are you still climbing or what are you into?
So yeah, I'm still climbing. We talked a lot about longboarding last time.
We did.
Which I haven't longboarded much recently, but I'm climbing a couple days a week. It's been fun. It's a great workout. It's a cool way to meet people and like hang out with your people you already know. So yeah, it's challenging on a like totally different aspect and very slow compared to roller derby and even longboarding.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then how about true crime? Has anything been perking your interest lately?
I mean, I'm still listening to all my podcasts at work. That's what I do. I got my AirPods in like pretty much 40 hours a week. And I'm like, I got pages and pages of podcasts that I listen to. And so still doing that. I'll watch something every now and then, but not too much.
Did you get into the sub thing when it happened?
I did. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck. I mean, some billionaires who want to go down in a sub and die. I got into it. Absolutely.
That is so wild.
Were either of you in on the sub
yeah.
thing?
Deep into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
I mean, I work in like an engineering type field, so like this whole thing was super interesting to everybody on my site. So
That shit was
we
a
were
crapshoot. That shit was a
crazy.
death trap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they knew they
intro.
walked into a death trap.
Right.
I
And
mean,
the dude was bragging about it openly, the CEO.
Well, how
He
much
had
do you
already
think he
collected
got
his
that
millions.
Expired carbon fiber from fucking Boeing to build the hull of the submarine because it wasn't good enough for airplane parts. Like,
Yeah.
we use carbon fiber in my field, and you are not using expired carbon fiber. Like, that's why that shit has an expiration date.
Yeah. And then they
He
already
bragged.
go down there.
He bragged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to like do that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
contracts
I mean,
and
it was bad.
expands.
The whole
Oh,
thing.
gee.
I one of the things I firmly live life by is respect nature. And the minute you don't respect the rules of nature, like you're gonna get fucked up. And especially with something like the ocean is scary as shit. And like the idea of being underwater where you can't breathe, now all of a sudden something gets breached, or you're dealing with pressure, and you're gonna
They literally screwed those motherfuckers in from the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They bolted them
exactly.
in. Like
Yeah.
that would never, I would never.
Game controller in there.
Ugh.
it was
Yeah.
see, and I do social media for a living, so we sitting on there just looking at people who are in an uproar of you're not respecting these people's lives. It's like, no, you paid $250,000 to go and die.
Yeah.
To go and look at what we already knew was, and you went to a grave site.
Leave
Yeah.
them people
For what
alone. Let them
purpose?
spirits rest.
Right.
For
Don't
what
disturb them.
purpose?
Yeah.
Everybody, the Titanic was a death trap waiting to happen.
Yep.
All them people got on it, thinking they want to be the first. They die.
Right.
And now why do we
You
keep
wanna be the
going
first and
down
go and
there
die.
to
Yeah.
explore the Titanic?
Just leave it alone.
No, you went down there. Oh my, but y'all, the memes.
They
And
gave me
We're
life.
crazy.
I was sitting on a
Again,
call,
Black
and
Twitter.
people were,
OMG.
and you could tell that some of the other people I worked with, it's like they didn't know whether to laugh or be serious. Like, wow, this is devastating. Somebody said, "Did you see that one meme?" And everybody
not.
lost it on the
It's
call,
not.
and
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like,
But you know, like the week before, the fucking like hundreds and hundreds, over 500 immigrants on
That
a boat.
part.
Yeah,
That part.
that's what I was about to say.
And that
That's
got no
crazy.
coverage.
Nobody
Yeah.
talked
That
about
got
Or
it.
no
any help?
coverage.
Did they
Yeah.
get any help?
No.
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 And they knew,
But
like,
we
they had been
stopped.
calling
the
for
Coast Guard stopped.
They had been calling for help. Like, they knew the ship was literally sinking and got no help, got no coverage. But 5 people who chose to spend,
Yeah.
you know, $250,000 and go down in this death trap, you know, they're just laying out everything for them.
Yeah.
Thinking,
They were considering
and that's-
flying like a plane down there.
That's
it was
the
like
problem.
crazy shit.
Like,
I
that's
was
my
like,
problem
we are
with
not
it.
about to
Like,
spend
just-
more money, but then this is, and it's stuff like that pisses me off because we will, if you've got money, people will pay attention to that.
Oh,
Right.
for sure.
They will pay attention to it, but not to people who are refugees trying to flee for their lives.
Like, literally
Right.
trying to have a life, a better life,
Yeah.
a safe life.
Yeah, trying
Trying to
not
have
die.
a
Risking
life.
their lives to
Yeah.
do this.
Yes.
Crazy.
Well, what I've learned from this is now before I do anything risky, I ask myself, if I die doing this, will Black Twitter make fun of me? And if the answer is yes, then I go, I'm not doing that. So I'm not getting in submarines. I'm not jumping out of airplanes. I'm not bungee cord jumping. I'm very low level shit. Maybe I'll go karting. That's it.
You're like, I'm gonna sit here and record this podcast.
I'm
That's what
going to
gonna do.
record
There you
podcasts.
go.
I'm going to play video games.
That's
Drink
it.
some beer.
Yeah, drink
Yeah.
beers, chill. Yeah, this is like whenever Bomb Track comes on, she tries to like talk me into caving or rappelling, and I'm like, no. Like again,
You asking for it?
dude.
Yeah.
The idea of like being in a cave scares me. I hate those videos where people like will find a hole in the ground and they just like jump in the hole,
Why?
and I'm like, you don't know what's down there.
Yeah.
I'm so claustrophobic. That shit, watching it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Probably not.
That I don't know. What was it? The Nutty cave, whatever cave.
Oh yeah.
Putty cave. I don't remember what it was, but I read about that. A dude got stuck in a hole.
Yeah, got stuck
basically
in a hole.
upside down.
Yeah.
And died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were
Oh,
like
no.
trying to pull him out and stuff, but he crawled in the
Couldn't.
wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, never.
Yeah.
Never.
I will never do that.
Bet he wasn't black.
Nope.
No, that's yeah, that's firmly a white guy named Trevor. That is definitely a white guy. that's doing
Maybe like
that.
Caleb or something.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
Kyle.
definitely. Connor. Whoa, Connor, go check out that
Yeah,
hole,
dude.
bro. Let's get in there, see what's
Barely
up.
fit in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty radical.
Yeah.
Let me dive in head first.
Oh,
Right,
no
head first.
fucking way,
Oh,
dude.
my
No
God.
way. As a fat man, I got trust issues when it comes to small places and chairs. Like, you got to check shit before you go all the way into these things.
I need an exit plan.
Yeah, that's right. I got to know
Always.
how this works.
Always.
Well, okay. So, speaking of risky behaviors, Kleo, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing?
Been on the board for about 6-7 months. It's been going great. I mean, maybe a couple sprained ankles. I can ollie, which is really good. I almost can land a heel flip.
How'd
It's
you
been amazing.
how'd you get into it?
Well, I started quad skating at skate parks.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have a lot of shared space with other skateboarders. I've got to know a lot of skateboarders, and I kind of wanted to just try something new, something completely different. I've been roller skating for over 10 years, and I'm just like, let me do something different. And I've always wanted to skateboard.
Yeah.
So went to go buy a board at Blacklist Skate Shop. Shout out to them. Put it together, and been boarding ever since.
Did you have somebody that was like kind of coaching you into it, or did you just
No,
grab the
not
deck
at
and you're
all.
like, well, here we go?
Yep, grabbed a deck, and was like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be good at it. So,
And you are.
thank you. Yeah,
I see
I
videos.
try.
I see,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been very hyper fixated on, very hyper fixated on skateboarding, but
Yeah, hell yeah.
What's the biggest difference for you from what you've known as somebody who's in quad skating for a long time versus now being somebody who's new into skateboarding? Like, is balance the same, or what's different?
Balance is the same. I think the biggest thing for me is being sideways, which I didn't really
That-
think about.
That fucks you up.
Yeah,
I
and-
get that on the longboard. I'm like,
and
but
jumping and stuff.
Yeah.
like you force yourself to go forward because I'm so used to just skating forward
Right.
and
that's safe.
having that safety. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. So fighting my body to just stay sideways and just jump in one plane. It's been pretty hard to fight, but I'm learning.
Again, this gives me anxiety just thinking about it. If I try to hit an ollie, I'm going to instantly break an ankle. Like, there's just no way. I'm just not that athletic. So I've always been impressed by skaters in general and skateboarders as well. Just the ability to what they can do with their feet, kick flips, anything like that just blows my mind.
Yeah, and it was pretty insane. I just thought skateboarding was just kind of keeping your feet in the same place, but they shift their feet so much, and there's so
weight,
much more
yeah.
jumping and weight. And if you put your foot in like a millicentimeter away, it's gonna do a completely different trick than what you're trying to do. It is insane. I have way more respect for them. I've had respect for them
People
before.
make it shit look easy.
Yeah, they make it look really
They
easy.
do make it look very easy.
There was actually a video I saw on Instagram where this guy, he was just doing something, it wasn't basic, but it didn't look super impressive, but somebody who skateboards can be like, holy shit. He just like, I don't even know what to call it, but just, it's insane.
That's always impressive when you see somebody who's doing something at a technical high level and they do it. It just looks easy. You know, when you see like a high level musician playing like guitar, bass, or drums, and they're just calmly working all of this, and it sounds amazing. But they're just like, yeah, this is cool, and it's just like, no, dude, like there's no way I can do any of what you're doing right now. This
That's
blows
like
my mind.
the fucking Olympics. I'm like, I want y'all to
yeah.
throw a regular
Yes.
person in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yes.
like, the track and field for me in the diving, I'm like, I want y'all to do a regular person and make them run and make them dive. Because that shit is, they make it just look so easy.
Yeah.
It's
That
like,
diving.
you know, these people spent their whole lives doing this, you know, so they're just
Diving
like
alone,
experts.
just watching them dive
Yeah.
and going into the water, and you see just a
One
ploosh,
drop.
a
Yeah.
ploosh. It's like you didn't hear them go in the water, but it's the turning and the understanding of centrifugal force,
Right.
Yes.
And how tight
Body,
you have
body,
your
body.
body and ice skaters, you know, being on a blade and
A
jumping,
single-
and
I
now
hate
they're
ice
doing
skating.
quads now is normal.
That shit
Yeah.
gives me anxiety. I get so
what?
I get so like worried when I watch ice skating routines because just like that, like you're saying, like launching off the ground, doing like 3 rotations there, then landing on one foot on a blade.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how do you not like just fall on your neck or you like your leg goes out from under you and now you smack your head off the
Right.
ice? Like,
I mean, it could happen.
yeah, it could
Right.
It
happen.
could happen
Yeah.
still.
Yeah,
They just-
gymnasts freak me out too. That
Oh,
also
gymnasts.
scares
He's
me.
talented. I think about that shit, and then I think about us playing roller derby, and it's like people have literally come to me and be
Yeah.
like, "How do you do that?"
Yeah.
And
Why
I'm
do
like,
you think that I
never
never
think about that ever.
tried out for roller derby?
fucking do
That no, oh hell no! That's how
It's
I met
pretty
Lauren.
intense.
Yeah.
Was when she was working for the paper. She interviewed me and she was like, "Oh yeah, I do. You should come try out." Read up on people breaking bones and I was like, "No, no, no, no,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
That's
no."
pretty intense.
I really only wanted to be in roller derby for the name.
Look,
That was it.
what was gonna be your name?
Lady Devastator.
Okay, okay.
That is
That was my.
Devastate her.
Well, see, so super long story short, in high school, people had CBs, and so everybody had their little calls. So mine was Lady D. It was Lady Devastator.
Okay.
That was it.
Damn,
For
that's
somebody
cool.
that is 24 years old, what does that mean?
CB radio, like with the truckers.
Oh, they'd be like,
like
"Shit, get over." Y'all, we
but you
getting
were
ready to
cool
go
if
up
you
there.
had them in your car.
Yeah, or you knew somebody who
could
had
put
them
it
in their
in your
car.
car. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And like when I was younger, people didn't have them in their cars, but I knew, stories talking to old.
I
older
also
people,
was like the
older
only
folk.
black girl in my high school the last couple
Oh,
of
that
years,
sounds
so
fun.
it was you know
Yeah.
a lot.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know about pagers?
Yes.
Okay,
It
pagers.
took me a while, but yes.
Oh,
I still
Lord.
don't really understand.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Beep beep. Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta call the number.
Yeah.
So-
Go to your nearest payphone.
Try to
how did
find
it
a
work?
payphone.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it just like radio waves? Is that a dumb question?
What?
Like you guys don't have Wi-Fi?
Beavers?
No,
Yeah,
no.
how do they
You would
page?
send a page to the number or to the beeper. It'd be a number, and you knew you'd communicated with that person previously. Like, I'm gonna send you this. Call me.
If you had a sophisticated beeper, you could like put some of the message.
Read
in
a
there.
message,
You could
right.
Read a message.
But you had to have money for that.
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, you would just like, but there was a lot of times where you just like, you get like a phone number you have to call. And like they're saying, you either have to find a payphone or you have to find a landline somewhere, which was the other thing too, because it's not like text where like, they got it or whatever. Like now you're just hoping that they see it and then that they're somewhere near a phone to be able to communicate with you.
Hoping that they even have the shit on them.
Wow.
Half
That
the time
part.
you'll be at home.
That part. Because it would just beep once.
Oh.
It's not like it just keeps going off.
But it wasn't like saved in the.
Oh
pager?
no,
Like, you
people
couldn't
would
be
wear
like,
their
oh.
beepers on their
Right.
hip.
Oh, yeah.
It
On
was
your
like they
belt.
walk around, flexing and everything, like muscle flexing. Like, oh, my pager just went off. Gotta go make a phone call. No, and good and goddamn
right
well, there
back.
was no phone anywhere near you to make a phone call.
You got to find one.
Crying.
A mess.
That
mess.
sounds like a lot. Yeah.
Sometimes we want to go back to those days. You know,
No, they were simple.
That would be nice.
I like that shit.
It sounds good. Like I could just
Even
go,
just
"Oh, I
being a
didn't see your
kid,
page.
like
I
you
didn't
were
see
not
it."
reachable.
you were not a
24/7.
slave to your phone
No.
like
It's
you are
hard
now.
to be reachable
And you had to know
24/7.
people's phone
My shit's
numbers
on do
to
not
Yes.
disturb all the
I
time.
don't know anybody's phone numbers. I
None
barely
of
know
them.
my
No.
phone.
I know my mom's number because she's
Oh, yeah.
never changed it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Same.
Like, that's it.
It really is about it. I don't even know my wife's number. Like it's in the phone.
It's in the phone.
Yeah. Whereas, well, and that was the change of information when we went from like once the internet happened, where it was like before you had to retain information, and
Yeah.
now it's about how quickly can you research information and extract the information that you need.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so you don't have to retain things as much anymore, but you have to be able to get to it if you need it.
No. This has become almost like an extension of our body at this point.
No, it literally.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wonder how far it's gonna go.
well, that's something that we
have
all wonder
microchips
about.
and shit
Like,
attached in your
yeah,
ears and your
yeah.
face.
Are we gonna start getting stuff where it's like you can download into the body, or we have like little computers in us to like check medical
crazy.
stuff? It's gonna get weird. Well, hey, let's switch out of the future and talk about now. Natural
Chips in the
segue.
brain.
You saw that.
Chips in
It
the
was
brain.
fine.
That was perfect.
All right, so Kleo, like I said before, this whole podcast is because of you. Because, like I said, we got together, we were hanging out. I said, "What do you want to talk about?" You said black hair. I was like, obviously, as a bald white man, I'm the man to facilitate this conversation. No, I do. So how did you come upon this as the topic?
Well, this is something I deal with literally every day. My hair, how I look. It's such a deep part of my identity. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I feel like as I've grown up, as far as I can remember, my hair has always been a thing. Like with combing through it and how to take care of it. And for context, I was adopted actually by white people. And black hair is just, it's not difficult, it's just different. So
Yes.
it
Hard
was
to
just,
learn if that's not you.
right. And even myself doing this for so many years, I still don't really understand my hair. So
For those of y'all who don't realize this is an audio medium here, Kleo has a lot of hair on her head.
You got a lot of
And
motherfucking hair,
because
and it's lovely.
We are black women who
Thanks.
understand each other. We don't go and run our hands through each other's hair, but I can
it's
respect and sitting here going, is this thick? Or does she just have a lot of it, but it's fine?
Ooh,
Because the
that's true.
textures and everything just changes up all of that. So you skateboarding on top of this?
oh yeah,
It's like that
people-
girl is
yeah,
sweating. It's like, how
I
often
know.
is she washing her
I'm
hair?
I'm not looking like thick or fine. I'm like, she got to be hot as fuck. That's a lot of hair. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I was complimenting your hair a couple days ago. Like, Cleo's hair, I'm bald
Chef's
as fuck.
kiss.
But I'm like, that, yes, that is it. But I know, excuse me.
It's hot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's hot. It's summer. It's a lot.
Right, exactly. And it costs a lot of money.
That part.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be cheap, right?
And
I
that-
don't even know how much money I've spent over the years on hair. 'Cause I just learned to just kind of just either get weave or wear my natural hair and just the products and going to the hairstylist and
Trial and error.
yeah, probably tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Just
Jazz,
sick to say.
Jazz, Lucretia, how about you? Do you see it as a major part of identity, or is it like, how do you view your hair?
I will say for me, so I'm half Puerto Rican, and so my mom's Puerto Rican, and I grew up with her like primarily. My dad's black, and my hair texture is somewhere in between mom and dad. And so my mom, like, when I was a little kid, like, had a lot of fucking hair, and she would just like, she would brush my curls out, and so my hair would always like be straight, you know. And so like, when I got to be able to take care of my own hair, like, I would straighten my own hair, because society fucks you up that way when you're a kid and you think these beauty standards are like, you have to adhere to white folks, basically. Like, you need to have straight hair, and, you know, society looks at you because you got big lips and you got a big nose, and all of those things are like intertwined. You know what I mean? So until like probably 5 years ago, like about 2018, like, I stopped straightening my hair like altogether and just started wearing like my natural curls. And I had like short curly hair for a while, and then during the panorama I grew my hair out and it was real curly, and I would get it braided and shit. And now, like, I've cut my hair all the way down, and so I I don't know if it's like a huge part of my identity, but I feel like I have like started honoring myself and, I know motherfuckers all the time go get perms because they want curly hair. But as, growing up, people made you think like curly hair was ugly. And because you had frizz in your hair, that wasn't attractive. And so now it's just like I own it, like I loved my long curly hair. I loved my shorter curly hair. Like my hair is really short now and I got waves. And so like I really appreciate my hair and the versatility that comes with it and all of the things that I can do with it without ever picking up a straightener, like ever flat ironing my hair and taking away the curls, it's so the versatility is just like unmatched for me and I fucking love it.
Very cool. Lucrecia, how about you?
Let me see here. I remember my mom had friends who could braid hair. So you would get your hair cornrowed. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting for that. And I have what is called, I'm very tender-headed. So pulling on my scalp is getting the hair done. So you can relate to the tender-headedness, the pain of sitting, of beauty, but you loved it because it just made your hair feel long, because we've been conditioned as women to believe that long hair means you're pretty. Mm-hmm. And so you put up with it. And then I remember getting my first relaxer. So now we're chemicals in the hair, which burn the scalp, mm-hmm. and the chemicals and stuff are better now. But you just think about what you go through. So now the straight hair, and so my hair is very fine. Mm-hmm. And so people would see my curls brushed out and they think that I had a lot of hair. No, my hair was very fine. I would get it straightened and it was literally just sit flat against my face because it had no body. And when I was pregnant with my second child, I decided to stop getting relaxers. Mm-hmm. So I let my hair grow out. And I want to say I gotten maybe 3-4 inches of my natural hair, so my natural curly hair. And when it had the relaxer cut off, and then I know what the hell to do with my hair. I didn't know how to style it. I didn't know what to do. And that was jarring. And it was like, do I go back to the relaxer? Do I not? So I just went all in. But it took me easily about 10 years to really get to the point where I wasn't battling my hair, because it's like, well, it should be straighter, or you're putting in texturizers to, and I'm air quoting, loosen the curls. And it just got to the point to where I eventually learned to really love my hair, but it has always been a thing. And as I started going gray, and grays started showing up here and there, and it got to the point to where I was like, I'm just going to go on ahead and go blonde. Mm-hmm. And then it had to be a gradual thing for me, because I did go stark. I went platinum.
Fry your hair.
No, it looked crazy. I went and got it cut, and I dyed it. And I was in crisis for like 3 days before I called my beautician back, and I said, I can't. It's just too much. And so she took it down. Now I'm platinum. And now I'm like, and every time I get a fresh cut, fresh color, I'm like, bitch,
you the shit.
I see you.
You already know.
You so fucking fine. Ooh. Look at you looking good. I'm like, I know, right?
That'll do it.
I know, right?
Every time.
But you have to do that. Now, do I miss braids? Yes, because I love the versatility of them. I love the ease of a new set of braids, but I do not love.
How about the
sitting,
get up and go?
Yeah, sitting
4 or 5 hours to
Come
get that
wash
done.
and blown out, $300.
Oh yeah, at minimum.
And then how your head feel,
Right.
tender-headed.
Right.
Your head.
Oh,
I'm
and
not
as a
even
tender-headed,
but my head would hurt. I would have
tender-headed, I would
Yeah.
actually come home from getting the braids done, and I would put hot bath cloths to try to loosen, because the scalp. And then because you know you have so many different textures and things happening with your head. My hair I'm most tender-headed right at the crown, the front part of my head. And I will never forget taking out a braid. And I don't know how the hell this woman had like 7-8 strands of hair. And my braids were going down my back. And I was like, how do I have hair left after that? Because even after taking the braids out, it was like you were tender-headed all over again. So now, do I go and get it dyed? Because when you're platinum, it's stripping all the color out of your hair. So there are things I have to do to prep for that, like not scratching your head, which irritates the scalp because, again, it's a chemical. But I love doing this because this to me is ease, because I can really embrace how my hair is now compared to how I used to fight it for 20, 30 years of just where you're just not happy because of the standards of beauty that Black women are told you have to look this way to be attractive. Right. It's only now that which is why, I mean, if you think about it, and then I'm gonna shut up. If you think about it, the beauty, we can now go down an aisle in Target and see a whole section of beauty supplies, and 3 of them are owned by Black-owned companies, because crazy. White-owned companies have figured out that we spend a lot of money on our hair.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's a multi-billion-dollar business with Black hair care.
We're going to tap into that.
Yeah. And they've been tapping in.
Yeah. So one of the things you talked about with with just the pain of it, can you and you winced, like I looked over and I like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like what can you compare this feeling to? Like if somebody asked me like what it's like to get that tattooed, I'm like, have you ever had a sunburn and like drug a pen over it really hard? It kind of feels like that, and people are like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, it's no fun. What is the feeling of like when you're getting your hair worked on and pulled?
I feel like it's just that. It's caused by tension because they have to grip that hair and add the extension to it and braid it.
Nice and tight. That's what makes it look good, but the shit also hurts.
And how long is this taking?
Depends on what you're getting.
I've had, when I've had what they call feeder braids, and those are the ones that just go straight back. That was 2.5 hours. Yeah, for
I think that's
some feeders.
I feel like I would do
I would do like
that's
6,
short,
and that would be it would take about
2.5 hours for maybe 6 feeder braids.
Yeah, 6.
But for a braids that were going down my back, hitting like right before you're behind, that was the best time I ever had somebody do it. It was because she started them and then somebody finished them. So while she was starting the hair, there were 2 people on my head. And so she would start them and get them about halfway down my back. And another person would come in because she was younger and she had more dexterity, and she would just sit there and finish the braids.
Whoa.
So that was like 3 hours. But when she doing them by herself, that was easily 5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the longest
hours.
time was 7-8 hours for me.
And what are you doing during this time? Because you're captive. You can't go anywhere.
You talking to somebody.
You sit there.
You listening to music. You watching shows.
Right. Yeah.
You praying that this bitch get done.
Right. You feel in your head like how much more.
You like, oh Jesus, please, Jesus, please, and your head, they be having you in positions, and and it's like, well, if you can just lift it. And I'm like, if she pull any more on my head, and I've had lots of conversations with the Lord while getting my hair done, praying, God, if you just. I promise I'll never scratch my scalp again, and then it won't burn. But you can't tell them to take the color off too soon, because then it won't do what it's got to do. And then but I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna drink my water. You've been making lots of promises.
Let me ask you, how long you keep them in? You keep them in until they can't be kept in anymore?
And that's a whole thing too.
Now the longest I've kept braids in is 2.5 months. But that's because I maintain them.
Right. Yeah. And you have to.
And it depends on the style.
There's
a certain level of upkeep. So when I would get like the feeder braids, like straight back, just like cornrow style.
That's maybe a month for me?
I would do like maybe a month. But I had a friend recently who like got her hair done. She might be listening. Shout out to you. She got her hair done, and I called her out on Instagram. She got her hair done. Beautiful fucking hair. Just like, spent hours getting her hair done. And she kept it 2 weeks. She was like, I
2
can't.
weeks?
She goes, I miss my hair. I can't. And I was like, bitch,
sis,
you paid money. You put yourself through all that pain and suffering for 2 weeks. And the shit looked as fresh at 2 weeks as the day that she got it. And I was like,
2 weeks?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks.
I don't understand.
Were like, no. They were like knotless. Like, knotless braids. Like, you could go 2 months with some knotless.
2 months is about really the limit.
2 weeks with her hair. So, like, most black people, like, you gonna ride it out until you rough.
Even when your friends get to the point of being like, girl,
bye, you
take them out. I can rock these another week, y'all. I can do.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm saying because I'm trying to save money.
Yes, and that's it.
What's your
Especially if
question?
you paid $300 to $400 for a set, you're going to try to keep it as long as you can.
Hi, bald white guy question here. How do so how do you determine like how long to keep braids in, and what determines that when it's like, hey, this needs to be removed? Like, because you said like 2 weeks, and everybody was like, oh, that's way short. But then I've heard a month, and I've heard 2 months. Like, how is this determined?
New growth.
New growth,
For sure.
yeah.
So you'll see it at the top of their head. You'll see their like natural texture come out. Just flyaways, maybe getting it frizzy.
Right.
Looks fuzzy.
And I think
Yeah.
like knotless lasts way longer than cornrows.
Right.
So Tank, these are like knotless braids, right?
Oh, those are cool.
So
Yeah.
you can keep those in, and you can have new growth, and they still can look good. But I feel like for me, like when I get the feeders, like the straight backs, like your shit just be looking funky after a while. Like it
Yes.
doesn't look good.
Really?
It's the buildup in the product that they use
That.
also
They put
to
a
keep
lot
your
of product
hair.
on that.
They will put product to keep your hair, pulled tight and look good, and it does. But after a while, you get a little flaky, look a little dandruffy.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, bro, my scalp is itching. It's time to go wash my hair.
yeah.
So I feel like depending on the style, the texture of your hair, sort of even what the fuck you're doing, because some people
Right.
get their hair braided and go on vacation. It's like, you can't be all up in the sand.
Yeah.
nigga.
Listen.
Like, you can't be in the sand. You got to take that out now. You got sand in
Yeah.
your hair. Like, what are you
You're
going to
gonna
do?
wash your hair and all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
And depending
So-
on what type of hair you have, it just doesn't blend.
That part.
That with it.
Right.
That
I have
part.
very kinky 4C hair.
Yeah.
So it does not necessarily blend. You can see when it's growing out. You can definitely see the difference.
Like, it's there.
Yeah. Wear your bonnet.
Not always.
Wear
Always.
your bonnet.
Whether you
and
got hair or not.
yes.
Sleep
Yes.
in your do-rag if you don't have hair.
And see, and that's the thing where I have some black friends who, their hair was breaking off and it's just not doing what they wanted to do. And I'm like, girl, what are you sleeping on at night? And it's like, oh, I said, no, we
Cotton
can't do that
pillowcase
with
and no
our
bonnet.
hair.
At least get something
We
silky
cannot
in your
do. I said
bed.
you have to think about your hair and the fibers. I said, them thread counts they be talking about. Well, your hair be sliding through them thread counts, and because it's curly, it gets stuck in the thread count and it breaks off in the thread count. You need a satin bonnet or a satin pillowcase or
Right.
something for your hair. You cannot just sleep on a cotton
Do
anything.
both. Yeah.
You
Both of
cannot do that.
I do
Otherwise,
both. When I used to have long hair, my bonnet would be, girl, I'll wake up, my bonnet was all the way by my closet. And my closet is 20 feet. My closet is 20 feet from my bed, so I always kept the silk pillowcase just in case, because 9 times out of 10, the bonnet was not on my head when I would wake up. It was
Yes.
Always
on the
slip
floor.
off. They always slip off.
So, do-rag now, I got it tight, it's secure, don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got satin pillowcases in my bed. Like, you just have to.
because we just have to protect our hair
Yeah.
because our hair is more, it doesn't appear like our hair is more delicate than white hair, but it is. It's actually more fragile because of what we have to do to maintain it or to conform to, when we're going on a job or whatever it is we're trying to do, or just how long it takes for us to prep our hair in the morning. So if I know I'm going to, that was the cool thing about the braids, is that I could have those knotless braids. I could pull them up. I could sling them to the side. I could put a giant top knot on my head. And I have a lot of head wraps. So I have a huge collection of head wraps. So I used to also preserve my knotless braids for a longer amount of time because I would start to wrap them up so you didn't get to see all that new growth coming in because it's covered up with a wrap. But it's things like that we do for beauty and for hair, and because there's just such an attachment to the hair because of what we've been told. So whenever I see a woman with short hair or a woman who is bald, and I'm like, girl, okay, if she got a nice shaped head, because every woman cannot rock a bald head.
See some peanut head.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, it can go
everybody
wrong.
can't rock a bald head.
I was scared the first time I cut my hair. I was like, "Bitch, I'm gonna have a peanut head. I'm gonna look like Beetlejuice."
you got a good shot.
But then I was like, "Let's do it," and I did it, and I was like, "Okay, my head is nice."
You got a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
shaped
you got a good
head.
shaped head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tank, you got a nice head. Tank got a nice head.
Tank, you do have a nice head.
I was
Yes.
blessed with it's big, but it is nice and round.
proportionate.
It's
It's
proportionate.
round.
and-
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. Like if
Lou
I
got
had
a nice
if I
head.
had to go bald,
Thank
this
you,
was
girl.
definitely the way to do it.
Thank
Because I don't like
God.
having any weird craters or anything. Because there's some dudes that do not look good bald. It's one of those things like, what do you do?
That's your
you
head.
can't do
That's
do
when
shit
you
about
rock
it.
the hats.
That's true.
You rock
I got a lot of
all
hats.
kinds of hats.
A lot of hats. Become hat guy. I've
Yes.
been hat guy for a while. So
Hats are good.
get a collection of hats. It definitely
you have a
helps.
bucket hat?
Absolutely.
Do you have a what?
Do you have a bucket hat?
I rarely rock bucket hats. I will wear the big dumb like straw hats.
Oh, you always wear that kayaking.
Yeah.
That's Tank's kayaking hat.
Yeah, that's my
Yes.
kayak hat.
I feel like I've seen pictures of
Yeah,
that.
I will rock that for sure. All right, so how do you find a stylist or a place to go to? Like,
Jesus.
do you find somebody you just keep them forever, or
A friend.
or how do you even begin this hunt of like, all right, I got to find a place to get my hair done at?
I say first is the style you want. I feel like some stylists are good at specific things, and some stylists are known for things. So like braiders versus barbers.
Yeah.
Versus people who do weave, people who specialize in natural hair. So it really depends on, I say first, what style you want. I personally just kind of scroll through Instagram. There's a braider I really like that's very professional, and her work is always really good, and she's always on time. She washes my hair and blows it out for me. It's like included in the price.
That'd be work.
Yeah, right. And the hair is provided and stuff. Weaves have kind of been weird. I think weaves are like frontals and stuff are really popular, so it depends on that.
Yeah, everybody's not a generalist.
Yeah.
Some beauticians are really good at one thing, and you have others who are versatile. But and you do have some braiders who are, that's what they do. But you also have some people who braid. They are not beauticians. They strictly braid hair. That's what
it.
they do. And so they don't cut, they don't trim, they just braid your hair.
Most of the time, don't even educate you on how to take care of your hair.
Because they don't know
just
how to.
come in
They
and
know how to
it.
braid.
Right. They're going to give you a style that's going to, keep your hair.
Yes. And
I wonder how many don't have their beauty license.
a lot.
No.
There are a lot who are not
We're
licensed.
going to come to your house.
You got to come to your house. You've got to come to, or I did go to the one braider that I did go to here. She did hair out of her home. They had converted their entire dining room was her beauty shop. Okay. And she would, I mean, to the point that they had it to where she would wash in the kitchen. Do if she had to. She would wash the hair, blow it out, do what she had to do. But her license was displayed. So she was a licensed beautician, licensed cosmetologist, licensed mixologist, colorist. She knew what she was doing.
That's important.
The one that the beautician I go to who does my color, I've been going to her for years. She has, when I was, did she ever do relaxers on me? I think I might have been done relaxing. So what I like about her is that she educates you on your hair. My hair is very fine. So I went and I would come with a hairstyle, and she would say, that woman has on a piece. You don't have enough hair to do that. And I'm like, why is she telling me stuff like that? How she know? She is educated.
Yeah,
so she can
that's
look
important.
at and honest. She
That's
can look at
important.
stuff
That's a good
Yeah.
thing too.
and will
We're not
say
gonna lie
something
our
to you,
clients just to
which
get
I
their
love
money.
about
No.
her. And I've recommended her to people. I have a friend who is
Can we get a plug?
oh, her name is Verlisa.
Okay. What's
And,
her at? What's her website?
You know what? Verlisa is one of the people that you find. But her shop is called Divas at Work. And it's her and a woman that she met when they were coworkers, and they followed each other for a long time.
Okay.
And they now have their own shop, Divas at Work, in Forest Park.
I was gonna say what part of town
Yes.
is important. Okay, we a little
Forest
north.
Park.
We a little north.
And what I love about her is that I was telling her about a friend who's Latina, and she moved from California, and she was like, I can't, I'm going to these places, nobody can cut my hair. And so sent her to Verlisa, and she was like, oh my God, nobody has ever made my hair do what she made it do. And Verlisa said, oh, well, I asked her, show me how you style your hair. Because she kept doing things with her hair. She said, but what she was telling me she wanted versus how she told me she was styling her hair. And she was like, you don't want that. You want layers.
Yeah.
Because you do this with your hair all the time. She was like, oh, paying attention.
Right.
Now, Verlisa can also braid, but Verlisa will go get her hair braided by people. And I love that about her, is that she ain't afraid to go and have people do her hair. And it's good to have somebody in your back pocket who knows what they're doing. So she can cut, she can color.
Versatile.
And
Facts.
very
Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah.
And I've been with her for years. Now, I'll go and have other people braid my hair, but I'm at the point now to where my hair is shorter. I've leaned into it, and I'm perfectly comfortable going to her and getting done whatever I need to get done. And she is constantly educating me on my own hair. So I love that about having somebody like that. And every beautician is not like that.
No.
I feel like it's very rare,
Yeah.
actually.
It is.
They're gonna help you
Yeah.
outside of their service to make sure you are cool.
Right.
Like you know how to take care of your hair.
And she's so good. I mean, I have 2 daughters, and I also have a son. But me and my girls, all of us have 3 different textures of hair. And she does all of our hair. She's cut
that.
and done something with all of our hair at some point. So it's just having somebody who knows what they're doing, and then you're just referring people to her. But because I also have crazy friends, so everybody don't get to go
Facts.
to everybody. So don't be calling for Lisa if you crazy.
Right. Don't do that.
Just don't tell her you know me.
Relax.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't fuck this up for me. Be cool.
Right.
A lot of what you're saying, like the way you're describing this, reminds me a lot of like getting tattooed, where it's like you word of mouth, talk to friends, find a spot. Hey, do you do this? No, this is not what I do. You want to go talk to this person? They do that. And then also that ability of being able to be like, you want this, you don't want this. And let me tell you why you don't want this.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to have that with creatives or just anybody who's doing a service where it's like, hey, you have a bad idea right now. Let me talk to you why. Let me explain to you why this is a bad idea and keep you from doing this and save yourself a lot of heartache down the road. It's important, I think, on a lot of levels. Jazz, you got into like actually cutting hair. What was that like for you?
Yeah. So let's go way back. I've had short hair for quite a while, probably since 2012. Like I just cut it all off. And so it was probably like 2017. I had moved back to Cincy, like looking for a new barber. And I just found myself like encountering a lot of places that, it's a barbershop. It's all men. They're misogynist. They, want to know why a woman wants her hair cut like a dude, which is take that however you want. That's how I cut my hair. That's how I like my hair. And I got really to a point where honestly, I was tired of giving my money to these shops and these dudes and like bad experiences all over town. And I'm just like, fuck that. Like, and I have my son. So it was also like dragging him along. Yeah. And I remember like one specific instance with my son, like he's got some sensory issues, right? So, I like a clean shave, and it's like, so line me up with a straight razor. I'm all for it. And most barbers will offer that option. But I remember specifically telling this dude, like, my son doesn't like that. Like, just leave it out. Yeah. Like, your clippers are, sharp enough. They should be able to do the job, and it still look good. So I tell him that, and he's like, all right. And then like literally turn around and he's using a straight razor on my son's hair. And I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? Like my son, like full panic mode. Yeah. Like, doesn't like it. God. Doesn't like the idea of a razor being on his fucking head. And I'm like, there's no need. Me like neither. There is no need. His hair looks great. Just like that. So, like I said, I just got really tired of giving my money and being blatantly disrespected and, just dealing with men like on that level. So I was like, well, I'm gonna learn how to cut my own hair. And so, man, when I tell you, I gave myself a lot of bowl cuts, a lot of fucked up blends, but I'm like, it's, I went out, like got some clippers, $200 worth of equipment. And I'm like, I'm just going to learn. And so I'm like, yeah, my haircut's fucked up, but it was also free and I'm learning and I'm still learning. And even now, like all through the hairstyles I've had, like all through the years, they've all been different. So even now, like with my waves, like I cut my waves down and it's like, okay, so your hair is still short and you're still fading it, but it's different. And you have to cut your hair differently with waves versus like the curly top I did have before. So it's still learning for me. And like my haircuts aren't perfect, but I am 1,000% happy with not having to deal with these crazy ass men and how they feel and just dealing with barbershops in general here, and I feel like there's probably a few good barbershops in town, but I'm so past the point of giving money to everybody. And with that, people are like, oh, wow, you cut your hair? Can you cut my hair? And so, like, I cut my brother's hair and, like, my nephews and some of my friends are like, can you cut my hair? And I'm like, I cut Tank's beard. Like he's the only dude he's got a full beard, and like I cut his beard. You know, like my son has a beard. It's not as awesome as Tank's. Shout out to Jaden. Your beard's still great.
It's a great beard.
Tank's beard is awesome, and like I cut Tank's beard, and I'm like, it's all out of like learning, and it's cool to bond with your friends like that when they trust you to do this thing. And it's not always about like exchanging money or goods and services or anything like that. It's like for me to learn and have that experience and like have this connection with people, because you really connect, in my opinion, on a different level when you're cutting somebody's hair, cutting somebody's beard. You're able to talk to them and tap in, and it's cool. It's a really cool fucking connection. Like I would imagine like your hairstylist, when she's doing your hair, like y'all are talking and catching up and chopping it up.
I know
like,
about
cool.
her life. She knows about mine, you know, and me, when I see her, it may be every 3-4 months. Sometimes it just depends. If I have somewhere to go, I'll be like, oh, well, I might go a little bit sooner. But, you know, to catch up on stuff, and like the last time I went a couple of times back, you know, she tells me about this major life change. And I was like, I had no idea you were going through that all these years. And so now here I am raging over something that she's been dealing with for years. But then it's like, well, you don't have to rage anymore because she's not in that situation anymore. But, you know, you really get to know people and get to know their families and get to know things about them, because you're spending so much time together. With a very intimate thing, you know, your hair.
Your hair.
Yeah.
Exactly. And how you look. Like,
Yeah.
man, every time I cut my hair, I'm like, same thing you said earlier, like, damn, you a fly motherfucker. Like, let's go. Like, even just a fresh lineup. Like, maybe my hair's not cut, but I'm going somewhere, so I'm going to give myself a lineup. And it's like, dude, there's no better feeling in the fucking world. So, like, to have somebody trust you to make them feel good and make them look good, like, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and then to see the results, like, personally, from like when I'm done cutting somebody's hair, like Tank's beard or like whatever, even my son, he'd be like, dang, that looks good. And I'm like, you instantly feel better. And it's cool to make people feel good.
That's the part I miss most about not having hair, is that feeling of going to the barbershop. Well, it's true, but it's one of those things where like getting your hair done is it feels good because you're getting cleaned up. It's a better version of yourself. You come in not looking great, you end up leaving, you feel better about yourself. Usually, you get to have that communal time where you're talking with a friend, and like for me, I don't have any more, because like pretty much the only time people work on me now is either I'm getting my teeth cleaned at the dentist or I'm getting tattooed, and both those things suck and hurt. You know, and I'm just like, the one thing, like, when you trim my beard, I just like bliss out and sometimes don't talk, because I'm like, I'm just so happy right now. I'm getting taken care of. I'm going to feel great when this is done. I'm going to look better. And it really is a great experience it's fun. I really,
it's like being pampered.
It's a great thing. Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. Y'all need it.
Well, and we've kind of hit on a little bit while having this conversation. Lucrecia, you talked about it earlier, where like you had a bad haircut and like 2 days later you're like, help. What's the feeling of difference between like when your hair is on point and it's a great haircut versus some horrific shit has gone wrong and now you got bad hair?
Oh, hats are your friend.
We don't want to go out. I remember one time this dude like pushed my fucking hairline back, and I was like, bro, are you crazy? Like, my forehead's already big enough. Why would you do that? You know, and it was like, we gonna wear a hat because that's the only thing you can do.
That's
Personally,
it.
that was where I was. Like, I had to wait for my shit to grow back. Like, we couldn't do anything. And I was mad. I was like, I could have done this for free at home to myself, but I know better. I know better not to push my own fucking hairline back, you know.
And for me, head wraps, it will fix stuff for me. But if it's hot, you end up staying in. You just don't go anywhere because you're like, it's too hot. You want to go and somebody, hey, you want to do, so I become very antisocial if it doesn't look the way I want, or
It sucks.
Yes.
You don't take any pictures.
Nothing.
Like, if you saw me, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
That's how
Right.
friends.
Oh God.
That is how friends would know. And they used to tell me this about my Instagram account. They were like, we know you going through something if we ain't seen no pictures of you in a while. And I'm like, really? Because it used to be my thing to do self-portrait. I was known for self-portraits. So if I was going through stuff, they'd be like, oh, you aren't putting things up, or oh, you're not sharing. So it affects your self-esteem sometimes, you know, if it's just not done the way it is. Nothing for me to get done. They should give you that mirror. How do you like it? Looks great. I'm driving straight home. I am rewashing my hair and I am restyling my hair. And then I'll go do what I got to go do because it's where you are with your comfort level of how you expect to look. And the crazy thing is that, what do they say? Is it with mirrors that you're not even looking at what people see?
Yeah, right.
So
'cause
you
it's a
look,
reflected
it's
image
a
of you.
reflected
Yeah.
image. So you don't even look like what you think you look like
I hate thinking
to
about
people. And until somebody made the mistake, total segue, made the mistake of asking me, I was going to speak at something, asked me for a picture. And because of where they were trying to put the names on everything, they flipped my picture. And I was like, oh, no. Here are 3 more pictures. Pick one of these.
I don't look like that.
What the hell? Why did you flip that?
Right.
Oh, well, because of the. I said, no, that isn't. Who is that? And I was like, oh my God. Then I went through a whole crisis, literally laying on the couch, talking to everybody. And I'm like, is that what I look like?
Is that what y'all see?
Is that what y'all think I look like?
Well, and that is a thing
It's a
too.
mind fuck. No,
It-
don't
it
total
is.
pictures on me.
Total.
No, hell no.
Flip the picture. She almost stopped being my friend for that shit.
Well, it's the thing where you see yourself through your own eyes, and you're so used to who you are and what you look like versus what other people see because they don't see you as often.
Right.
And yeah, it's a real trip on like what people look at you and see versus what you see, and also the whole thing where there's stuff about your body that you hate that like nobody else notices, but it's a problem area for you, and then that whole mental anguish and stuff. Yeah, it can be tough when you start introducing mirrors into the conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
I remember this fucking barbershop experience, man. I cut my hair off for the first time last year, like down to waves. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the barbershop, like let him fix me up. Like, you know, I wanna be taken care of.
You
Whatever.
deserve.
So I went to a new, barbershop right down the street from my house, whatever. He cut my hair okay. And I remember looking in the mirror being like, okay, this doesn't look bad. And then I like got in my car and I'm still looking at the side of my head. I'm like, something's wrong with the fucking side of my head. So I get home, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, this shit, no. And I like got my clippers out and fixed his fucking haircut because like he didn't blend it well. Like it was not blended. And I was like, I have something to fucking do tonight. Like I cannot be out here with a bowl cut. So I'm like, this is bad. I got to go home and fix the fucking haircut. And I did. I mean, I knew what guard to use. I knew like boop, 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 chopped it up. Took like 4 or 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, this is acceptable. But it's like, damn, I really, like, if I didn't know how to do that, then I would have just been fucked. Like, I would have been just out. Like, what am I do? Not go to my event? I mean,
Yeah.
yes, but
Right.
no.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, yes, but I'm gonna have a bowl cut.
Yeah.
But no, we don't want that. And I paid the
Right.
dude $50 for a haircut. I'm like, oh no, not doing that again. Never went back. I was like, we not.
There
doing
are
that
all
again.
kinds of things that you end up
Not-
doing
yeah.
to try to trick or get yourself to the point to where you feel like it is acceptable. I mean, it's saying I've had it with haircuts where something's just not right, and I have been in the mirror. Can you hold that curl? Okay, that's better.
Boom.
Okay, I don't like this. Getting out clippers. I am not great with barbering, but I knew how to do enough to cut my son's hair when I needed to. We get that and say, okay, I don't know what the difference is between the 6 and the 4 and the 3. Go on YouTube. You look in at stuff. I have been on YouTube
is
for
a
stuff.
That's it.
blessing.
That's how I learned how to cut my hair.
That's
Woo!
university right there.
I've
Yes.
definitely been doing my
Yeah.
own hair lately. I feel like if they can learn it, why can't I?
Why can't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Take
Yeah.
a little time.
Yeah.
A little
right.
effort.
Yeah. Maybe over the years of just fixing my own hair with things that I don't like about it, just like you, and just being able to be like, okay, I can fix this. And I could go out and I could feel good about myself because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
At least I've tried. So.
Fuck yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yes, for sure.
It makes a huge difference.
Have you ever let somebody who isn't black work on your hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have? Was it good or bad?
It was a good experience because she did not, and she told me this. She said, I don't have the opportunity to work on a lot of black women's hair. She said, but she was highly educated
she woke,
because
right.
she wanted
woke.
to offer the service. She said, I knew that there was an opportunity and I wanted, she said, we've had black women walk into the shop. So again, you getting your hair done. At that time, I was getting it relaxed. So this was years ago. So you got time to talk. And I think also she was trying to set my mind at ease that she knew what she was doing.
Right.
So she said, we would have black women come into the shop because of where we were located at that time. And there weren't a lot of beauty shops, or they didn't know who had a shop in their basement. So she said she didn't want to have to turn people away anymore. So it was like, no, I do black hair. And of course, people were skeptical and everything.
Hesitancy,
Because it's
right.
like, what you mean you do? You are a whole white lady. What do you mean you do black hair? What do you mean? But she did a great job. She knew what she was doing with cutting. And this was a relaxer, so this was getting chemicals put on your hair.
You
She
gonna burn
knew
that shit off if
what
you don't know what
she
you're doing.
was doing. She had sprayed the scalp ahead of time. She had oiled around the ears and everything. The woman knew what she was doing, and so she did a great job. And I did recommend her to people who were like, I don't know if I can go to anybody. And I said, this lady actually knows what she's doing. But she took the time to educate herself. She had all her certificates right up there on her booth to let you know that she knew what she was doing. There are people who know what they are doing. And you also have those, and she didn't do that shit where people be using the hair dryer and the hair be fluffing and all. She didn't do none of that crap, because I was sitting and watching other women and I'm like, they are just blowing your hair all over the damn place with hairspray.
Right.
And you look crazy right now. Until I understood that the bird's nest hairstyle was an actual
That was the
hairstyle.
thing. You get the
Yes.
Aquanet.
Oh my God. It was wild. But yeah, I've had at least two white people
I
do my
definitely
hair.
had a white person cut, I had two white people cut my hair. Like, this is like back in high school when I would straighten my hair, and like my hair was down to my ass, like straightened big time. And I would I would go to like these salons, and like, because of where I lived, there were no black people. And so I'm like, and my hair was straight, and it like, my hair being straight at that time and the texture, I'm like, it aligned. It was cool for them to cut. Like, it was no like, we not washing your hair, because then it curl right up. Like I would come in with the shit straight, and they would cut it and do the job, and like, like that was that, and that was fine. But since I've like started wearing my hair natural and like no curls, no straightening or anything like that, like, no, there's not been a single white person in my hair. And I know there are like white people out there who know what they're doing, but I think they're few and far between, and they would have to come with like some sort of fucking recommendation.
Yeah, straight
for
up.
sure.
I'm not just gonna walk into anywhere and let anybody, and even a barber.
You need a
we not even,
portfolio.
we're not even talking about you braiding my hair or doing anything else in my hair. Like, even a barber, I'm like, no, no.
That's how most of us find who does our hair. It's
Yeah.
it's off of a recommendation,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I've had when I was rocking them braids a couple of years ago, because I would go and just get them done for it was like easily a good year of just get a new set every couple of months. And this little girl walked up to me. Well, she's about 16 or so. But she walked up. You see people staring at the side of your head sometimes. And this little girl, and she was with her father. And so she came and approached me and asked, can you tell me who did your hair? Easiest way to show somebody who did your hair is they have an Instagram. So I was able to show her portfolio. I said, here's who did it. But see, I have always been a person who had two braiders on standby. And somebody else who I'd seen someone had done the hair, and I was just in case my braider went crazy, you always got to have another braider on standby. And so I said, she does a great job, the woman who did my hair, but she is overcharging. I would suggest you check this chick out. She does a lot of people's hair. She's quick. A lot of her clients are closer to your age, which means she knows everybody ain't got that money. Check her out. And she was like, thank you. And her dad was like, thank you. So it's
he
an
was
approaching.
happy.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
very happy, because I was like, here's 3 people.
Poor man.
Check them out. Tell them what you
Yeah.
want. Get your prices and everything. Here's who requires a deposit. Here's who doesn't. Here's what,
Right.
So recommendations, a lot of it. You just don't walk up into a place and say, hey, I'm coming here to get my hair done.
You gonna trust you?
You can't do that.
You need to
Can't do
see
that.
the evidence of what you're doing on somebody else's
And
head.
social media
sure.
is good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Easy.
good for that. And you don't know who's dirty, who's clean, reusing combs on people's
Ooh,
heads and stuff.
that
Like
part.
that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Shit,
it's
yeah.
just- yeah.
It's dangerous.
Right,
Yeah.
because
Dangerous.
that's like a health thing.
It is a health
Yeah.
thing.
They're supposed to be trained on that, so you could if they don't clean their stuff right, you could easily get something.
Oh, I've straight up not
Yeah.
gone back to a hairdresser where I've seen her, because you'll have some who will double book, and supposedly they're finishing you up. You under the hair dryer, somebody else is in the chair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they have to just use them scissors on my head.
Yeah.
And I know my head is clean, but I don't know
But-
nothing about
Right.
your
Yeah.
head.
Whose head was before yours?
Right.
Who
Right.
head was
Exactly,
before.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I've seen barbers use the same razors, like straight razors, bro, and it's like one nick, like
One
Yeah.
You have
nick.
hepatitis,
Exactly.
like you have all
Exactly.
kinds
What?
of shit.
It's like,
Yeah.
like no, we not, we not,
Yeah.
no, we not.
Yeah, when you're dealing with the public and you're doing a service where you're working on multiple people, you have to keep in mind cleanliness and bloodborne pathogens and just all the nasty shit that you don't know what people have. Because it's like a thing where like people walk in and you can like take a, you know, like a thing and be like, boop, boop, oh, clean bill of health, or
Right.
you have hepatitis, you know, or something like that. Like you just don't know. You know what anybody has, you know, or HIV, anything, you know, who knows what somebody has. And so then it's like, oh shit, like if I accidentally get a disease because you use some shit on somebody else, like that's not cool, man.
Like literally, I'm gonna go for a haircut, and then my whole life is altered. No,
right.
Yeah. And over something I didn't do. Like I didn't make a bad decision.
Right.
Then my bad decision was I decided to fucking work with you.
I trusted
Right.
you.
Yeah. Oh, that's scary shit.
it's real nasty out there.
Yeah, well, I agree. I think something we keep coming back to on this is the idea of like the portfolio, the Instagram, to be able to show people the word of mouth, the experience, how important all this stuff is, so you can find somebody. Because it's definitely not easy to be able to find somebody to come work with you, and then also just finding somebody that you vibe with. I think that's an important thing
That's a big
too.
thing too, yeah.
Yeah,
And another thing too that you have to consider when you are looking for a stylist is if you can go and check out where they're working, go do that first. Because you've got some now who the reason it takes them so long to do your hair is because you are going to be in their portfolio. And there will be ring lights up and they're like, okay, can you hold this thing right here? And okay, so so right here you can see where I'm doing this with it. And it's like, ma'am,
so now you're like you're part of a
Come here to
weird
be
video.
Madam.
Yeah, shit.
Right.
wait a
Do my
minute.
shit,
Yeah.
and let me
Can't you show the after result?
Yeah.
Instead of you and the not asking
Yeah.
if it's okay
Yeah, that's
You gotta
to
ask.
do that.
Respectful.
But
got-
because there's this assumption now that you are going to allow someone to just put your head up there
plaster you everywhere.
Yeah.
everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, no.
You were
I'm
the
here for all that.
example. You didn't ask for any of that, and I have seen beauticians do that where it's there's a difference in taking a picture of it when it's done,
Right.
versus you are stopping at every step to show people what you're doing.
Yeah, you need to like,
Narrating all this.
yeah, you need to like have to sign a release if you're going to do that or something.
sure,
Where it's like
yeah.
it's this extended video thing. Because I'm with you.
Yep.
It's like if you want to take a picture of stuff afterwards, fine, whatever. But if it's like now I'm part of a YouTube video I didn't consent to, like that's
You better
fuck
pay
that.
me.
Yeah,
Right.
That part, or take something off of this $500 bill or whatever I'm paying
Swear.
for this hair.
Oh my god.
All right. So, well, you brought it up. Let's get it. Well, okay. So I definitely want to put a pin in the money part, but I think the money part's going to kind of come up as we get into these next parts. So one of the things is like, Lucrecia, you talked about relaxer, and have either of you, when you had your long hair, were you using relaxer?
No.
Like, no.
Yeah, I was just straightening
relaxed
my
a
hair.
lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I actually just seen something on Instagram. I don't know who they're targeting to, but there's a lawsuit now for people who have used relaxers and with it being tied to ovarian cancer.
What?
Yeah, I actually had an issue with ovarian cancer, and I'm like, me getting all these relaxers this many years. I mean, did that contribute to that?
Golly. That's terrifying. But it's true.
Yeah. It's
Because
all
so
this
many
chemicals in
relaxers had lye in them
That
for a
shit
while.
in your head.
Yeah.
And then a
Yeah.
lot of them took the lye out because the lye is what would straighten the hair.
Right.
And so you had the no lye relaxers, but what's the other chemical that's in that stuff? Because you can smell, some of those relaxers smell terrible.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a chemical, and I mean, like just from like watching So to prep for this, watched Good Hair, the documentary that Chris Rock did, and he was like talking to a scientist, and they were like showing like using relaxer on like they had like 3 Coke cans, and one had been a relaxer for like an hour, and they pull it up, and like everything was completely stripped off the can, and then within 4 hours, like there just wasn't a can; it just ate through the aluminum, and it's just like, dude, this shit is super scary, like how toxic this is and what it does. So yeah, I guess it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if it's pain equals beauty, but or also just like the stuff people are willing to go through to get the look they want.
Yeah.
But it seems very intimidating.
Yeah.
I feel like society, like when I was a kid, everybody's hair was fucking relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all your friends,
Straight
all
and
the
bouncing.
cousins, all their mamas, all the, like everybody had their fucking hair relaxed, and everybody had straight hair, and black people's hair, who wasn't never supposed to meant to be straight, was straight.
Yeah.
And then I feel like even within the last few years, there's been this like revitalization of like owning your natural hair and
for
your
sure.
curl, and no fucking relaxers and no straightening and like none of these products. And like, I know people who have like literally just shaved their head and start over because they want to be natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Big
they
chop.
want to, the big chop. They want to cut, all of the straight hair that they had been relaxed for years out and start over. And people are owning that, and it's beautiful. But like as a kid and growing up, like that's not something you saw ever. Like you didn't see people rocking their natural hair. And if they did, they probably didn't have the money to go get a fucking relaxer.
Probably.
Which is why straightening combs are still out
Ooh,
there.
Those motherfuckers would be dangerous.
Yeah, I remember getting my hair straightened with
dangerous.
straightening combs
Really?
because that's pre-relaxer.
terrifying me.
Right.
That's
You gonna put it on the
pre-relaxer.
stove.
On
and
the
we
stove.
Yeah, it's
we
like
gonna
this
run you
comb
out.
And you hear
that
this
they
hot comb.
You put it like
hot comb.
Yeah, hot
That's
comb.
it.
They
yes.
have like a thing that you lay in the comb. It's made of some type of metal.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
then they just
Heats
You literally
heats
lay it
up.
on the stove, on
scary.
your burner,
Yes.
and let it heat
Let it
up,
heat up.
and then you take it through the hair.
Oh, but
get
to
so
cool it off, so
scared.
you don't want to make sure
But
because
you gonna burn the
scalp,
you
right.
could burn the hair off. I've seen
Oh.
people where it would be so hot it would disintegrate the hair. So you've got the little napkin or the towel over there, and they take it off of there, and then you hear the sizzle of it. Cooling down a little bit, and then they run that through,
by your face.
straighten the hair out.
Right.
Don't breathe.
terrifying.
Don't breathe.
Don't move.
Don't
Right,
breathe.
exactly.
Don't
Don't
move.
make
Don't-
one movement. 'Cause I
Nothing.
could just imagine. Just
This was all
like,
pre jail and multiple strengths of holes.
And nobody have edges back
Nobody
then
had
either.
no
Them
edges.
motherfuckers was burnt off. You
Yes.
didn't have edges. They was gone.
Yes, there were no edges. Everything was burnt. You smelled
You could
burnt.
smell
Yeah,
it.
smell
it's just
it.
like traumatic. I could,
Oh, and
I
then
could
don't let
smell
them
it
have
all.
been using sulfur 8 along with the hot comb,
Be a
which
rat.
and sulfur 8 is made with sulfur. So you just imagine
yeah.
somebody with sulfur 8 and you've had your hair hot combed and you smell just amazing.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Listen, I'm trying to take this in. My mind is blown
You're
right
blowing
now.
his mind-
Yeah,
yeah.
and then I'm just thinking, I'm like, fuck, like Prince went through this. How many times?
A lot. Ow! A lot.
Oh yes. Had to
A
have.
lot.
Okay, so then on the flip of that, so what about like weaves and wigs? Like, is this something that started because of people not wanting to deal with relaxers and then going to this instead, or where does this factor into the conversation?
Ooh, if y'all know what I look like, you asking the wrong person. I never had no weave, no wig in my fucking life. So I'm gonna leave it to y'all.
I've
two.
never had weave or a wig either. Now I bought wigs because I thought, there would be times you just would throw on a wig.
Yeah.
I have friends who would wear them all the time and would rock their wigs and everything. And I had a friend recently who she completely, so her mom is Asian and her dad is black. So her hair went completely white at some point.
Really?
So, you would never know. She always wore wigs. And she finally just said, it's like, Lou, I'm tired of this. I'm going to go on ahead. I've got the style I've wanted to wear. Now, she is now platinum. So when her hair grows out, she's got the white growing into the platinum. But she just got rid of the wigs. But she wore wigs for years.
Really?
Years. She said she was tired of her
You
head
never
being
wore
hot.
a wig.
I never worn a wig out.
Oh, out. You had them. You never wore them.
No.
Weaves?
Not had a weave either.
Cleo?
Yeah, all that.
You had
I had all that shit.
Talk to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Tell us.
I mean,
Talk to
well,
us.
I'm not. So I just can't like. Just because I don't know where this transition has come from, or if there's been a transition. Have people back maybe 10 years ago always been wearing weaves and wigs? Have it been a big
I think
thing?
that now
people
people
cover
don't
their-
hide it
Yeah.
because I think you had a
Yeah.
lot of black women who had weaves, but we didn't know because there are different ways that you can get the
And
weave
it was
done.
on purpose, and you didn't want people to know.
You
Or
didn't want
would wear
people
a
that
wig
part.
to hide your hair and make it not look like a wig.
And the
what
wigs
it
look
is.
totally
Now,
different
You
now.
see
Very
people,
open.
and you like, dang, your shit look good,
Right.
and you know it's a wig.
And they like,
or
girl, this is a wig. And it's
Yeah.
like, what?
They're very open
Right.
about it,
and
yeah.
it's proud.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know Beyonce has a collection of wigs.
Oh, she has to. And
Her
there's different
wigs-
types of wigs, like half wigs, there's frontal wigs,
Right.
There's
Pieces,
closures, yeah,
clip-ins
closures,
now.
clip-ins,
Yeah.
natural hair clip-ins.
It's not even. It's
Yeah.
like the old days. You literally would put a ball cap on, put a fucking skull cap on, and then put the
glue the
wig
tracks
over
or-
your head.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that shit has evolved like
Yeah.
tremendously.
Totally.
It's like exactly like you were saying, Cleo. Like it's not just you gonna put a wig on your head. Like there's so many different types of wigs.
So many different
and
ways.
it should be looking so natural.
It looks amazing.
Right. Things have like definitely been improved. Like
Yeah.
the frontal wigs, so it's just like this thin. I don't know what that material is. It's almost like a fabric, and I guess they just sew in the hair or something. Onto
It's
the
basically almost like the same thing that a stocking cap is made of,
Yeah.
but it
Okay.
doesn't
Yes.
stretch.
And you
Yeah.
glue. You
Like
glue.
the nylon, and they
Yeah.
glue
Right.
it, they hair dry it, and they will wear and rock that wig for what, a week or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long time. It's
Yeah.
not a day thing. Like you got that shit on.
But
it's
the
on.
hair is
Yeah.
braided down. They will
Right.
get it braided in. I've got a friend who does crochet braids, but
Yes.
it looks so the hair is crochet or corn rolled back, and then they use this hook to hook in the
crochet
hair,
hook.
and she will change out the hair color. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and have some turquoise on the end this time, and she'll change this out like every month because again, it's their feet are braids, so you're not really gonna rock them anymore in about a month, and then it starts to grow out, and she'll get a new set.
Cleo, is this something you can collect? Like, so we talked about the hat collection earlier, where it's like, can you have a collection of wigs where you can have like 5, 6,
I have
7
a
of them
collection
on?
of wigs.
Okay.
Do they have names?
No, but I
be
have
wearing them?
straight wigs. Yeah, I got straight wigs, curly wigs, straight wigs that are kind of like parted different. I have like, so the closure wigs, you don't really have to glue to your face, to your edges, but like I have a frontal wig where you glue, which gluing is kind of sketchy to me at this point because I've had really bad experiences. Like I went to this girl and I went to her dorm and she like did really good hair. Like she did really good frontals, but I don't know if it was like the glue she used or the tension on my head, but it burned after I got it done. And I just ignored it because we talked about earlier how like we're always in pain when we get our
Beauty
hair
is pain.
done.
Right.
Right. So I was like, maybe this is
Yes.
some normal pain, but this was
Yes.
like burning. And then I took it off and there was a bald spot right in the front.
Ooh.
I don't know
Big
if it
man.
was glue. I don't know what caused that.
But you have a bald spot.
Right.
That is
And then
not
just
it.
other times, just if I leave the frontal in for a long time, like your edges just go with you, and I just can't
Right.
do that. I just can't. It
How
just
long would you leave in a frontal?
Well, I would go get it retouched every 2 weeks because I'm an active person also.
Yeah.
So
You be
it would just like
sweating.
sweat.
So you're
off.
sweating
Yeah.
it out.
But I don't know about other people, but we wrap like the frontal to try to keep it to stay on like the glue,
Yeah.
but it will eventually peel off. I don't know about other people.
As long as you ain't using Gorilla Glue.
Man, oh
Y'all remember that debacle?
Yeah.
Yes.
R.I.P.
You
to
remember
her.
that? Do you remember that?
Wait,
Gorilla Glue girl.
I remember. Oh, I mean, I know Gorilla Glue because but she was the one that like put it on her head.
Yeah.
And
Her
ripped
shit
her
And
was
there's
hair out.
actually like a glue, like she
Yeah.
should have
That was
cut. No,
sad.
but at the same
It
time,
was.
there's like
Sad.
there's wig glue that's like looks a lot like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, glue in hair has always freaked me out. Like from knowing like punk rock kids and stuff, like
Yeah.
like with Liberty
Got to
spikes
be
and
sprayed.
mohawks. I'm like, hey man, like what'd you use? And they're like Elmer's glue, and I'm like, what?
Oh,
What?
no.
And that's totally a way people would spike Liberty spikes and mohawks is they would just take Elmer's glue and just put it in their hands and then just do it. And,
Yeah.
I
and it would
do
keep
remember
your shit in.
kids
I
doing
remember
that
that
when I was
era.
in high school.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure
Yeah,
would.
the
Yeah,
punk kids.
that and like
it should be like 12 feet tall.
yeah, it would
and
just
hair
not
standing.
move. Yeah,
right.
it was
It
just
does
straight
not
up.
at all, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this, but the idea of like putting glue in hair, I've just always been like, ugh.
Yeah, it's scary.
I mean, we need it if it's the right glue, though. It's gotta be the right glue.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how
Maybe
I feel
not
about
you.
that anymore. Like, I really like how the frontal looks, but I'm like, well, I don't know. Do I feel good about putting different texture in my hair, or should I just rock my own? I don't. And that just comes
And therein
with-
lies the dilemma.
yeah,
Right.
It's
Therein
like,
lies the dilemma of
am I myself? when I'm doing
yes,
that or not?
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, now if I had Beyonce budget,
Facts.
listen,
People
I
on
mean,
call,
right
anytime,
now,
day or night.
listen,
That'd be
right
amazing.
now she's on the Renaissance tour, and she's got this one that's got to be like 32 inches.
Yeah.
That's flowing down her back. It's straight, and I was like, "Oh, girl, that one is
The
good."
cost for the wig, the cost to
Oh,
install
you
it,
know
the
that
cost
wig
for the
alone
upkeep,
has
like,
got to be
Well,
about a
yeah.
$2,000-$3,000
For
wig,
sure,
if
yeah.
not more.
Easily that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically wearing a Ric Flair robe on her head.
And she's been
she's
Listen.
putting money on that thing.
and I've seen at least 3 or 4 different
Yeah.
wigs because it's all up and down my
okay,
Instagram
yeah.
stuff
Right,
right now.
right.
I've seen the whole entire damn concert, and I haven't been
you
there.
ain't even gotta go.
You ain't gotta go.
Tickets, you
I've seen
see
the whole
it. Everybody
thing.
gonna post it.
It's ridiculous.
Another thing too, I've been thinking about just how this hair is sourced. Like I watched a documentary and it
talk
made
about
me
that.
feel like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these people over in Asia
Yes.
are cutting off their hair to
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. People in India will like shave themselves, or people in their family to sell the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild to watch. Like, I don't know. Like that's
All wigs are not created
yeah,
equal.
equal.
That's true.
Well, and that's the other thing too is and this is where again we get into a collection where you talked about having a collection of these things. It's like, you know, okay, how do you determine quantity versus quality? How do you determine what's good? Like, is there like a name brand thing? Like, is there like
so
is
hard.
there like this is the Gucci of wigs, so I know we're cool, versus this is like the wish list of wigs? Like, how do we get into this, and how do we determine quality?
There's Gucci's of wigs, and then there's lower quality wigs. That people have a lot of issues with thinking that a wig is going to be good, and maybe it's like a bad batch or something, but they spend hundreds of dollars on it. I do a lot of YouTube searching and stuff, but you can't even believe that anymore because these
Right.
companies are sending hair to be like, yeah, sending them the really good hair. Be like, yeah, this is good, and you're showing this entire audience, and then you spend all your
You
money
go
on the
buy
hair.
it
Yeah,
and
right.
it ain't.
It's not the
It's like,
same.
if you get Wish
yeah,
hair,
right.
you order something and it
Yeah.
like could look like it come from Wish.
And I'm wondering, like, I feel like a lot of these companies, they do like the drop shipping bullshit and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like there's like a couple sources in Asia that feed all of that to America. I don't.
Agreed.
It's just like what do you call it? Just I don't know. Circle.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Not like a pyramid scheme, but just kind of a thing where it's like there's one main distributor and they're hitting it and all the places.
Yeah.
Can you resell wigs and weaves? Like, can people buy shit used?
I've seen people
Do you
resell
want to
them.
buy shit?
Yeah, that's. It depends.
I think it depends. So you've got the with virgin hair wigs. So those are the ones you would expect to pay more money for
Yes.
virgin hair instead of synthetic. Synthetic is obviously more cost effective, but I can see somebody, if you've invested in a $2,000-$3,000 wig and you've gone and had it cut, it's 32 inches. if Beyonce put her wigs up for sale, I bet you anything somebody would buy it
Oh,
because
for
they
sure.
know
That's
they
true.
can see what it looks like on her.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
of course they're going to go and buy that wig because they know. I heard this rumor that somebody said there was this set of twins who, and that's why Beyonce's hair looks the way it does because of this set of twins that they cut this hair off this set of twins, and that's how she's able to get that hair like that. I was like, what?
Crazy.
I mean,
What?
She,
That must be the wrong way.
I mean, she's got money.
Right.
She does have
You
money.
should definitely make it
Anything.
happen.
You can do anything when you've got that
Do
level of
anything
money.
when
Yeah.
You got money like
Because
that.
I mean, and think about how acceptable wigs are on certain people compared to if we're just in everyday. If somebody
the
was to rock
layman
wigs
person.
every day like that, there ain't no way in the world. But we don't bat an eye when celebrities change out their hair
Right.
every time they're on a carpet
point.
or in anything. We don't think twice about, that's a wig, right? Those are wigs, right? You know that she's rocking a wig. You know that woman just cut all her hair off. She's rocking wigs. I mean, there's one actress where she cut all her hair off. Hair looks amazing. She looks amazing with a very nice short fade. But all I see her rocking now are wigs again. She's back to rocking the wigs, but her wigs look good. I said, oh, she
always
paying some
look
money
good when
for
you
these
got
wigs.
money.
Yeah,
they
you
always
got the
look good
money.
when you got
She
money.
paying
Yeah.
good money
Yeah.
for these wigs, and I mad props to some of my Nigerian sisters. I don't know where the hell y'all get y'all wigs from, but I have not ever seen a bad one
Yeah.
on none of my Nigerian friends.
Well, we talked about it with the wigs right now, and then a little bit earlier, like we talked about the cost of this. Like, Kleo, you said you've spent thousands of dollars at this point.
Tens of thousands,
Tens, right.
probably. Yeah. I mean, one really good wig within my budget was like $600, $700. And then I gotta go get it installed.
How long you wear that wig for, right? How
Well,
long?
if it's a good virgin wig, you can keep that in your closet. As long as you take care of it, you can keep it for a couple years.
Yeah, wash it.
Yeah,
You treat it.
right,
It's
exactly.
hair.
It is hair, and it's real hair when it's the virgin hair. So I mean, it's an investment. I look at it as.
That's a
Yeah,
good way to put it.
sure.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the way I would look at it as well. Would be like you're investing in something you're going to use multiple times over and over
Exactly,
again.
yeah, and you can get it reinstalled multiple times.
It brings you happiness.
It
makes
brings
you
me a lot of
it
happiness.
makes you feel good, which is always important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all tied to that like just self-esteem. Just so weird, and I've been trying to look at myself over the years because I've done a lot of weaves and wigs that aren't really like my texture. So I've been trying to transition to something that looks more like me. So,
And you're starting to see more options that looks like
for sure.
our hair texture instead of us trying to fit our hair texture into a wig that doesn't work. And there was one company, I don't remember the name of it now, but she was selling clips, and you were able to just make your hair fuller, which tends to be a challenge for a lot of Black women, is that they would just love those. When the fros started getting really popular and being able to wear your hair big was now the good thing. The bigger you can get the hair. So if you were able to get clip-ins and give yourself a nice, healthy looking big fro, that was a big deal. And you've got people now who are actually investing in hair that looks like a regular texture versus a woman trying to fit her hair into a texture that just doesn't work for her.
Absolutely.
It makes all the difference.
Lucrecia is like you talked about it earlier with like getting into like being able to go to Target now. And there's like an entire aisle of
Oh my
like black
God.
hair products. Was there anything that like rocked your world that when it came out, we were like, oh shit, I can't believe like this finally happened, and this is a game changer for me?
Finding a good gel that you were able to use to lay your edges without it turning white, or it wasn't overly greasy, or it wasn't going to flake. That was the thing, is that you would put on the gel and it would flake, or if you sweat, now it's running down your face or whatever. So being able to find a product, I remember when I used Let's Jam for the first time. It smelled good. You were able to lay your edges. It stayed soft. And it was like, wow, this is something else. So here you are, slicking your hair back, because before I would always have to wet it down. I wore a ponytail for the longest time and would have to wet the hair. You're brushing. You're putting in stuff. You're brushing. Just trying to lay it down. And to find something where you were able to just get it to slick back, it was like, wow, this is something else. But I can easily, and thinking about that being a product that I just thought was so great, I'm thinking about how many products do I have at my house right now. I think I'm using maybe 2 or 3, but I distinctly remember having a closet full of products. It was nothing for me to have about 30, 40 different types of products.
Really?
Heavy basket of just random products over the years.
Yeah.
Like what works, what doesn't work.
Exactly.
And then it's like, for me lately, it's like, is this black owned? Like, I don't, I be having that debacle. Like Cantu, I love Cantu shit.
I do
and I'm
too.
like, bro, this is not even,
I know.
I am paying the white man for all these products.
And it smells
But I'm
so
like, but
good.
it works so well with my hair.
So good.
And it's like, well, time to transition and find something else.
And then therein lies the dilemma. So now you picking up another product. This one's too thick. This one's too light.
Yeah.
And so here you are going for a bottle that's maybe 7 ounces of whatever, a detangler, a leave-in conditioner.
Right.
$17. So
it.
you
Right,
are now
right.
paying
If you lucky,
$60 for the detangler,
a trial.
the cream, and the whatever, and there are no trials. That's the problem. Everything
that is
a
the fucking
full
trial.
freaking product.
That is the trial, and
That
then if
is
you don't
it.
like it, it sits
in your
pantry,
closet.
whatever you got.
I
like
can't
it's just
like
there.
resell that or anything.
Do you ever do like a product swap, like how people do plant swap, where it's
I
just
did
like,
it at a I was working one, and there was a white lady who we were cubicle wall partners, and she said she had very curly hair, and she said, "Can I ask you what you use on your hair?" She said, "Your curls always look so good." And so I told her, and she said, "I have some products at home. It just doesn't work for me." But black hair care products are the only thing that was working on her white woman hair. And I said, "Let me bring you some stuff." I brought her a bag of 20 different products. And she brings me her 3 or 4 that she had tried. And so we were exchanging. And she said, "You got to let me pay you for this. Got to be like about $200-$300 worth of products." I said, "You don't know how you are taking this out of my closet right now. Please take it.
you're helping me?
Take it." So
I
if
have like
someone
literally
Good idea,
given
Tank.
products.
I
Like,
didn't
yes.
think about
I
that.
don't know about a product swap, but I have literally been like,
because I don't want no
yes,
more stuff.
Take this shit.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
use it. It's sitting here. I don't feel right throwing it away. Like, there's no reason to
Right.
throw it away. Take it.
Yes.
And I even have shit from like, year and a half ago when I had waves. Like, I still got fucking, wave shit in my closet, and like I just cut my hair back all off, so I'm like, cool, I'm gonna tap back into that wave shit. And I got shit from when I had long hair, like I gave to my mom and I gave to friends, and like I still happened upon some of the long hair stuff when I was unpacking after moving to my house, and I'm like, cool, like I know it's here if I grow my hair out in another year or two, like that's cool. So like it's just in my house, like I have hair products for everything, and most of the time, like sometimes, well, not most of the time, sometimes I'll keep the shit, and sometimes I'm just like, here, like to my mom, to my friends, take this. I really love this. I don't have long hair anymore. Like my hair is fucking 2 centimeters long. Like I can't use this. Just take it. It works great. Like it is what it is. Or it didn't work for me. Maybe it'll work for you.
Right.
But I've never swapped with anybody. But that'd be cool. Like fucking hair swap. You know how much hair shit people have?
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Like, no.
It's
just
just
do
You have the whole
hundreds.
flea market
hundreds of
hair
dollars
stuff.
of stuff.
That's such a good idea. I don't know. I
And
feel
another
like
place,
it's
somebody
cool.
had told me, and I always forget about this, but homeless shelters or women's shelters
That's true.
Yeah.
taking
that's
product,
true.
because if you think about it, they're leaving with clothes on their back.
Right.
You're not thinking about getting your hair products.
Right.
So it's like, here, listen, this is basically, I've used it once. If somebody can use it, there we go. Because it's a multi-million, billion-dollar business, black hair care products. And like you said, a lot of these companies are not black owned anymore. There's a very popular one that, and her shit is good.
Just so.
Yeah, it's sold to P&G. And
Yeah.
people and the
What?
and the
People
black
are like,
hair care
no,
company about
no,
lost
no,
their
P&G,
freaking
sorry.
mind.
She was, oh my God, it was so good.
And her stuff smells incredible. I got it at home.
There's the dilemma, though, too.
There's the mousse
Like,
I use on my hair.
You can sell the P&G and be set.
Well,
or,
yeah, that's the American dream
Yeah.
now. The
Yeah.
American dream is build a
keep doing
business
it.
and sell it off
And
to a
sell it.
corporation,
Yep.
get the money.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
I seen it go both ways online when I was seeing things about that specific company selling, and it's like, I mean, I don't blame them, but also like you just took that away.
It's like,
you took it away from the whole community.
yeah.
Because I mean, at
'Cause
least a lot of people is not going to go buy it.
Then they
now.
won't. And
And
because
even if it
you
works
weren't
great.
able to see it because it became so her stuff was so good. White women were buying it. So you would go and it was never on the shelf.
Wait, is that the ring endorsement when white women
Yes.
start buying it?
Wait a minute. When white women buy it and start doing TikToks about it.
Oh,
Right?
shit.
No, throw that shit away.
And then you ain't never going to be able to find. So you could not find her products. Certain products she made, you could not find them on the shelf.
Damn.
She could not keep it on any shelves.
Wow.
And because white women started using it, was like, this is a damn good mousse
Yeah.
in my hair. Listen,
works.
this gel is
Yeah.
incredible. Listen, this shampoo. Look at my hair. It's amazing. And when it's beautiful to see black products do that. So she sells, and of course, P&G has the ability to mass produce the products. But what do we, and see, the biggest complaint that people had about her selling her company was they're going to change the freaking formula.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we're not going to do that. Listen.
They always
Yeah,
do.
They
Yeah.
always
do.
change the formula. Take this out, put this in.
Yeah.
There are
It's about that
multiple.
bottom
There was a
line.
beautiful shampoo
Yep.
that I used to love. Cream of Nature. Only shampoo I've ever been able to put in my hair. You did not need conditioner because you would put this shampoo in and you were able to run your hair through. I don't care how kinky, curly. You were able to run your fingers through your hair. They sold to whoever the hell and changed the damn formula. And I will never
It's not
forget.
even the same product.
It's not even the same product anymore. And I was like, because now you need hair, now you need the conditioner. The whole point of it was a shampoo and conditioner in one that rivaled everything. And this is what they do. They get big and then they sell.
Yep.
And it's a shame. And it's smaller ones. It's not just all the black owned. It's
Yeah.
smaller ones too. You see it happen everywhere. But that, I think it is. It's the dream of, I'm going to build this business because scaling for me is selling.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, I've seen it like so many times in the craft brew industry where somebody
Yes.
gets big
Oh,
and,
my
and then they
goodness.
sell out to like Anheuser-Busch or whatever because they're like, hey man, we're going to give you like tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of million dollars. Like, cool, there you
like,
go.
hell yeah.
You know, and then like, but then there's the inverse reaction of that of like the market you've built, the people that support you then abandon you because it's like, well, what the hell, man? Like, what do you stand for? If
Right.
like you built this company and I support you in your vision, now you sell out to some major faceless corporation that doesn't give a shit about me or what we're doing. Why should I keep supporting you then? There's no
Right.
reason to.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I mean, it changed the whole concept for me. Like, I love supporting small businesses.
Yeah.
And like, once you sell and you go to P&G, like enough of their shit is on the shelves to begin with. Anywhere
I mean,
you
they've
go,
got entire shelves
anywhere.
of stuff.
No,
You
they
go
got entire
Tide-
fucking stores of shit.
Tide is down
Like-
an entire part of an
Yeah.
aisle.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
which is,
interested.
I will tell people, I will walk straight past it to whatever else. But this is, again, why they own a whole nother brand.
Yep.
And so it's just, and what was so funny was that I saw a great TikTok where this guy goes and breaks down who owns what. That's what his whole channel was about, is who owns what. And he said, y'all have been asking me, he said, the black people who follow me have been asking me, break down the black hair care aisle. He said, I never thought this was going to take me down a rabbit hole. He said that there were certain products. So he went to like a Target or wherever and scanned the whole aisle, and he crossed out everything in red, but it was very obviously owned by big brands. And then there were a couple of small ones, and it sent him down small rabbit holes. And he said, there's like 2% of what's in this aisle that's owned by black companies.
That's
he said,
crazy.
look at the ones. He said, yeah, he goes, he said, in Black History Month is a perfect month to go and do these types of assessments. He said, look at all of the advertising that flips over to black owned, black owned, black owned. No, there's a black head of that. The previous owner was a black woman. They'll put all of that up to sell product. It's always marketing.
Yep.
It's always marketing. He said 2% of what's in this aisle is actually black owned. Very little
yeah, I
is
hate that.
black owned.
It's a dilemma.
It is a
It's
dilemma.
a dilemma.
There are some good accounts out there, though. I think it's Target While Black on Instagram. She will actually go and share black products
yes.
that are in Target stores.
Yep.
And Target need to pay her because this woman really not only gives exposure to your store. I mean, who doesn't? We love Target.
Right.
Target, don't do nothing stupid and make me have to stop shopping at you.
Right. Don't fuck it up.
You walk into Target and just get happy. You ain't gonna buy nothing, but you just get happy.
But you buy everything also.
Every time I go
I
there,
do.
I spend at least $100.
Yeah.
I can't help
It's
but.
like,
on
what?
stuff you
I
don't
even
need.
go in without a cart and being just like, well, I need to grab 3 things. And
Well,
then
they've
I
got
leave like
little
this.
carts right there for you,
Yeah, and
down
that-
the aisle. It's
I,
like, oh,
well,
let me grab,
it's
let
on
me grab
purpose.
that.
I don't want to grab it. But
Same.
I still leave with a handful of shit that's
Same.
$100. Always.
Same.
Well, look, we're starting to wind down here. I got a few more questions to go before we close out. But we talked about it a bit earlier. We started talking about like the idea of like relaxers, wigs. Now the return to natural hair, and we touched a bit into like business and work. Kind of where do we stand in 2023 with black women in their hair in the workplace? Because earlier, from what I gathered from the conversation, this is a thing that's recently changed.
They love to police our hair.
Still.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
you still see
You
it.
were talking about the Crown Act earlier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And that the fact that we even had to have legislation to allow women to wear their hair, specifically black women to wear their black hair. Women who were either getting fired because they had braids or they were wearing their natural hair. It wasn't straight. You don't look professional. And this has been ingrained into so many black women because it was ingrained into their mothers, which was ingrained into their mothers, hence the straightening combs, the making your hair to conform to Eurocentric standards of what beauty is and what it looks like. And to have that also sit on you at your job, and that women were being told you don't look, well, that doesn't look professional to have
the
locks
fuck does that even
or
mean? What is
Yeah,
professional?
yeah.
when
Who
when
set
we
these
already
standards?
know
Literally.
that
Well,
black women are the
we
most
know.
educated. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
we know who sets the standards, and we know who also upholds a lot of those standards.
Right.
And black women are the most educated people in the United States because we have to
Fact.
be. Because we have to be. It's not good enough for us to just be good enough. We have to be better than. It's because that puts us then on even footing. So you imagine being told that the way that you look isn't professional enough for someone. So now you've got to go look a certain way so that you can still try to get somewhere. So to be able to just go to work and, I used to say to people, I said, I just want to come here and do my job and go home.
Right.
Instead of having somebody policing everything that you do, the constant microaggressions that come with it. And what I have found is that, and I say that this is because of proximity to whiteness, is that you now have other black people who police black people.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
of their
Big
proximity
That's
to
the worst.
whiteness or what they perceive to be. So then it's like, you're no different than the house Negro. You're no different than you're basically you're just an Uncle Tom
Yeah.
out here policing us, thinking that your proximity to whiteness is going to get you something, and
the
it
white man's
doesn't.
job, but
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not. You shouldn't be.
No,
Yeah.
and you see it, and I've seen it with other. Some black women will say things. I've heard it said, or why is she doing that? It's like Jazz just sat up here and I'm intentionally cutting my hair short, but I can easily have told you there were black women, well, why would she want to cut her hair like that? Why don't she want to look more like a woman? I said, she a whole ass woman right there with a whole ass son. What are you talking
Bald
about?
headed or not.
Yeah.
Why does
Oh,
it
yeah,
matter?
bald-headed.
Why does it
Right.
matter? But that is that's that thinking
That
of,
mentality.
Yeah.
well, see, she's not making us look professional. I'm like, no, yo really being coonish right now is not making us look professional.
Right.
Because you're looking real stupid right now. But we see it happening. It's a shame that we've had to have legislation to let that not be something where you're policing women about that.
To let somebody go to work with something that grows naturally on their
On
body.
your head.
Make that
Yeah.
make
Insane.
sense.
It's
Right.
Make that
insane.
make
Yeah.
sense.
It doesn't.
It doesn't make
and
sense.
it doesn't make sense. I don't understand that whole thing of like trying to control what people can do with their bodies, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Right.
Let people live. If we all got one life. do with it what you will, and try not to negatively impact people as you're on the
Right.
planet.
Yeah.
In the same fucking way as back in the day, slaves would use fucking cornrows to map out routes and shit.
Yes.
And then like, no, nobody's having cornrows. Like, we're not gonna let people have this natural style, which is part of our fucking ancestry, you know, because black people use it in a certain way. But it's like, but it's also as a part of us, you know. So it's always, I feel like it goes back hundreds of years to just policing us in general, our hair, how we act, what we do, what we're capable of, what fucking water fountain we can drink out of. Like, it all stems back to like having that control and being in control, basically, you know, we don't have control of ourselves. Like, you know, we don't have that. And like you said, it's crazy you have to pass fucking legislation just to do that, just so we can be our own individual selves and
When was that
live that
passed,
life.
by the way? Do you happen to know?
We
Was
about
this
to
a few
look.
years ago?
But what?
It's not been that long.
I don't even want to say a wrong date,
Oh,
but
gosh. Just like this being in the 20th century is just insane.
it says
Yeah.
enacted in 2019.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
So-
it has not been that
Yeah.
long.
It says enacted June 27, 2019.
It's been 3 or 4 years. That's fucking nuts.
The Creating a Respectful and
California.
Open World for Natural Hair Act of 2022, known as the Crown Act of 2022, is a
Wow.
bill in the United States Congress intended to prohibit discrimination based on hairstyle and hair texture by clarifying that such discrimination is illegal under existing federal law. This just passed last year.
I was looking at California.
Because
They went
we
in
have different
2019.
states.
They went 2019.
Because when I popped up the Crown Act, I'm like, the Crown Act, Ohio, Pennsylvania. So you had states. And see, again, it's looking at how our federal government look at how long it takes them to catch up.
Right.
So states have
Crazy.
enacted the Crown Act.
But
2022.
3-4 years ago. Like, that's
It's
still not even long
ridiculous.
enough.
It's just
It
ridiculous.
should never have to be a thing.
No, it shouldn't even be a thing to
No,
begin with.
I hate it.
It's just, it's people living.
Yeah. What does my hair have to do with how I do my job?
Yeah, exactly.
It has nothing to do
Or
with it.
tattoos or
Same with my
anything.
sexual
Nothing.
orientation.
How I
Yes.
dress.
Or my
Well, it
tattoos,
depends.
or my
Dress.
Yeah.
piercing.
I mean,
right.
but it's true.
Piercings,
none of
It's
that.
it's all about appearance. It's
can
it's
still
this
do my job.
delusion of everything. Because you hear it even with tattoos. I remember seeing men come into professional work environments, and I would see dude roll up and say, like, dude, you got a whole sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm like, because you got on a medium shirt, so I could see it through your medium shirt. I was like, what you got? I said, you got the whole thing. Oh yeah, well, covered up because of the
Yeah,
job.
it's like a
And
different
you would just
job.
see
Yeah.
you would see people never wear short sleeves
So
because
taboo.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no, we can't have tattoos. That's so unprofessional.
I definitely got hit with that growing up. Where like my parents had the conversation with me, like look, if you want to get these tattoos, like you shouldn't get them below your elbows because you're gonna have to wear a long sleeve shirt to work at all times, and let alone and even then, like now it's weird for me. And talking to other people that have a bunch of tattoos are now in their 40s, like I'm still grappling with like if I'm going to get my hands and neck tattooed because it's like, well, it's a job stopper. It's like, well, it was a job stopper, but the world's changing. But has it? Because it depends on who's across from me and is asking me questions in the interviews. And I'm just like, man, I don't like fucking living this way. I want to do what I want to do, what makes me
Right.
happy.
Right.
But does this impact my ability to have a job and to make money? I don't know. And the best advice I got from a friend was just like, look, man, if there's a place that really cares if you have tattoos on your hands or not, do you really want to work for them
Right.
now? And he's
Right.
like, well, then there's
Yeah.
your answer.
Right.
Yeah.
That was me. Like, I tattooed my hands like 3 years ago, and then I also tattooed my hands last year, and I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like,
Yeah.
y'all gonna take it or leave it, and you can take me being black and bald headed and masculine and tattooed and pierced, or not. Like,
Jazz
I don't
got
give a
hair
fuck.
on her head.
I'ma
Jazz
do my
talking like
job.
she got no hair on her
I'm
head.
not that bald. I got
what they
waves,
call it,
but it's short. It's short. I'm not like Tank bald headed, but I'm bald headed enough.
You right. You
know,
are right.
bald
People like, why you cut all your hair off, girl? She
Technically
just
very
bald headed now.
bald
She just bald headed.
I'm not shaved, but
Oh, shit. Well, look, is there anything we didn't hit tonight that you all want to talk about before we get out of here?
Oh.
The one thing I noticed was that I knew that we were going to talk about hair. And I thought that was so cool that we were going to talk about hair. What was so funny is that all three of us come in with different hairstyles.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that I don't know, but for me, I can't help but, it's like if I'm in a group of black women, I can't help but look at how different everybody's hair
Everybody.
looks.
Yeah.
And it's just,
The texture,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
I'm like, you got curly hair, you blonde, like,
and I'm blonde.
Kleo got big hair. Kleo got big kinky hair. I'm not bald headed. I keep saying I'm bald headed. I got waves, right? I got waves and a good lineup, and all of our hair textures different.
Yes.
And it's the versatility for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Like, how many black people can you see walk in a room with a million different hairstyles? Everybody
Yeah.
got something different.
Yes.
And your hair may look like this today, Kleo, but it's gonna look like something else tomorrow.
Totally different
exactly.
tomorrow.
Same with you,
Yeah.
and same with me.
I could
You know,
totally
like-
straighten this out.
Yes.
I've
Right.
done that before, but I
Right.
can
Right.
go wash it and wash some curls right back in.
It's
And
the-
it makes you feel good to sit in the midst of women who have gone through the struggle that you've gone through also, but then to be able to bond over, we've gone through this, how much money we've spent, chasing this standard of beauty or just to maintain the hair. And then when you just hit that point to where you're just like, you know what, I'm all right with this.
Like, cool.
That just feels good. It really does.
And we deserve it.
We
Like,
do.
Why should we not?
Right.
Right.
It's a way for me to express
Period.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Feel good about myself.
Absolutely.
I love my hair and I love changing it up. I love trying new things.
Took me a long time to love my
Same.
hair.
It
Same.
took me a very long time.
I do now.
I think it
and
was very tied to my self-worth though.
right.
And now I'm like, I'm going to be myself.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it took me a year to really decide to cut my hair off because when it would come out of the braids, I just couldn't do anything with it. And the texture was changing. I'm getting older. The texture was changing. Now you got 3 different textures of hair on your head. And
Right.
there were many times I would just sit and just cry because it's like, you're just tied. Your identity is your hair happens to be a part of your identity. But I've just learned, that's when you start listening to that NDRE song of I Am Not My Hair. Mm-hmm. And you really realize that you don't have to be, it's a part of you instead of you allowing it to take over. It's just a part of you.
It's a part of you, but it's not you.
self-love.
Yeah.
Right. It's a self-love thing. You really learn to just embrace every aspect of who you are. And it's not easy. It's been a journey.
Right.
Well, all three of you sound like you're at a good spot in this point with your hair and how you feel about it. What's the future hold? Like, is there something you want to try? Is there a style that you want to do? Like, how do you foresee the next few years?
I say for me, like, I've done it all. And like, if you look at my Instagram, I've been very open about my hair journey. I've posted pictures with long curly hair, with braided hair, with waves, with short curly hair. Like, I've been really transparent on the interwebs with that. And I feel like for me, like, the last stop was waves. Like, can we cut it down? Can we rock it? Can we feel confident? Can we feel cool and cute and sexy? And it's like, yes. So for me, like, I feel like I have done everything with my hair, and I have grown to love my hair in every different style and cut and, braids and, natural and everything like that. So for me, I feel like I've crossed everything off the list, and time, things happen in time, things evolve. Maybe there'll be something down the road that I want to do. But for personally, like, I feel like I've done it all, and like, I love it all, and it all looks great.
Nice.
Yeah. For me, I'm going more into natural hair just because my early life has just been braids and weaves, straight hair, and wanting to kind of change how I look. So I'm going to be doing more natural hairstyles. I've thought about locks before. It's a huge commitment, but I think it'd be cool to try. But I think I'm staying on the natural side.
I like what you got going on. I think it's very cool.
I know. I love it.
and-
I love this.
yeah.
Yeah. It's nice and big, and I just
It
come into the
speaks-
room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
you see Cleo's hair before you see Kleo. And that shit I fucking love.
Listen,
I'm like,
you walked
live
in
it.
with presence. It was
Yeah.
presence, and it takes confidence to walk in with big hair, because people gonna see it. They
Right.
can't help
They gonna
but
talk,
see
they
your
gonna look.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see it, and it's like, oh, is she gonna shrink behind the hair, or is she right there with it? Is how you presenting with it? I thought also about locks. I thought about sister locks years ago.
Oh, yeah,
If I was going to
pretty.
do it, I would have did it years ago. But it was that whole thing of people just assume that locks are easy. No, I have a friend
It's the
who
opposite.
maintains. She said, no, I'm going and getting monthly twisting for my locks. And there's things that you can't do, like you can't color your hair.
Oh, really?
So she was graying as she was getting her sister lock. Now they're like a beautiful deep purple color.
Oh, cool.
But she had to wait a year, and
Yeah.
and when she hit that year, she was like, "I'm at a year." The next picture, they were purple, and they're stunning on her. And this woman rocked weaves for years. And then when she cut it off, she was like, I didn't know what to do with my hair. And then she said, I'm getting locks. I'm getting sister locks. And I was like, how did people take that? Because you were like the straight, long, flowing weaves. And she said, yeah, she said, it's like I'm either too black and too everything for them, and they just don't know how to take me. And she said, I love it. I just love it. So it's been beautiful watching some women that I've been following for years, their evolution into their hair. But I think that I am very happy with it being short, because I've never had it this short before and maintained it. And this probably been a good year or so of it being this short. And I'm like, no, I'm going to lean into this. And now all I want some really cool hats. I want to invest in one of them
You need to get with
$200
Tank.
hats. Yes, I want to
the hat
invest in one of them
collector.
really
Look at
nice
that.
hats and go get me a nice fedora. And
You would look good with fedora.
sis, okay? I'm ready. I think I'm ready for a really nice hat to roll into the fall and the winter months
yeah.
with, and just keep the short hair and do what I got to do. And then it's blonde on top of that, because that's shocking. I'll walk in and people are like, whoa. Especially if it's a fresh platinum. Like right now, it's a fresh platinum. So yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it look good.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm
What
excited.
about your hair, man?
with-
You got
with-
plans?
more hats, a lot of more hats.
But listen, Tank, you got a hell of a beard
Yeah,
too,
well,
and you got men who
yeah.
would kill for
Yeah.
a nice full beard.
I mean, this is honestly where it's at this point.
It's a whole flex.
It's really all I have at this point is the beard. So the beard will change over time. It'll morph. Right now, I definitely have my militia guy that took over an animal sanctuary beard going on. But I'll trim it back at some point. But right now, we're just getting really fuzzy with it. So yeah,
I love it.
it's
You
gonna
got a
keep
great
growing.
beard. It's got good color. I'm like,
Do you like moisturizer or anything? Like, do you wash it with anything?
I got beard shampoo, and then I also use oil.
Okay.
So, and that's the thing too, is like I had to figure out how to take care of this thing, because if I didn't, then I started getting dandruff, and I was like, oh, this is gross.
I was wondering if
Yeah.
you were like a 3-in-1 type of dude, like you wash your face, your beard, your body, your
no.
head with all
No.
the same
thing.
You know?
No.
Do that.
No.
Tank,
No,
you say, I got
th-
Stand
standards.
myself.
yeah, yeah.
We don't got no beard dandruff.
Yeah, no. When you're built like a bullfrog, you gotta,
my God.
you gotta get yourself with like
No
looking good
way.
in any way you can. That's when you take care of the beard, you maintain, you moisturize, make it work.
Yes,
It looks lovely.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, look, before we get out of here, can you all hit your social media plugs real quick before we go? So, Lucrecia, people want to find you out online, where can they go?
You can find me. I hang out the most on Instagram. I'm Lucrecia there. It's LuCrecer. I'm also on Threads. So, but Instagram is where I get down. It's visual. It's artistic. I love it.
Right on. Kleo, where can we find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, skating at KLEEOO. Maybe 2 underscores, maybe 3.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
And Jazz, what about you?
I am Jazz, JAS _ Hub, HUB135 on Instagram. That's about it.
And listener, you're going to find me at Neil to Know on Instagram, or neiltoknow.com is the website. And as always, thank you for listening to the podcast. If you have some friends that are in the black hair, share this episode with them. Be like, hey, check this out. There was a really cool conversation. Or if you have friends that are in the other collections or hobbies, at this point, the What You Into podcast backlog is well over 100 episodes. Each one is self-contained. It's its own thing. So you don't have to worry about jumping in at a weird spot or whatever. Everything's evergreen so that you can just plop in whenever and listen to whatever you want to listen to. Ladies, thank you all for coming out and doing the show. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun today. And this was a blast. I learned a ton and I laughed my ass off. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I thought it was
This
a
is
really good
great.
conversation.
This is fun.
Yes.
Cool. Listener, thanks for listening. Peace.
Niggas.